I changed my mind. We're not going to introduce everybody first. I'm going to open up my champagne first because I need some champagne. All right?
You finally got the sound working.
Loud and clear, everybody says. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Magnus. Thank you, moderators. Hold on. You're all going to have to wait a second. I got a lot of expensive toys here. Hold on. I got to make sure I don't pop them right in their face. Hold on. Where am I going to
take out the Inhumanoids?
I'm really nervous. Hold on.
Pop out your screen.
Yeah, knock out those robots.
All right, so anyway, we're going to start the night off like this. Sean sent me this beautiful Rowdy Roddy Piper a few weeks ago. I said I was never going to drink out of it. It is the Chalice of the Gods. It is from the third movie, of Indiana Jones. It is the Holy Grail. I'm going to drink out of it tonight.
Go for it.
I saw how that movie ended, and I'm not worried. All right, so here it goes.
Awesome.
A little bubbly, as my favorite Chris Jericho once said. All right, there we go. That's a lot of bubbles. I'm gonna have to wait for that bubbly to shut the fuck down. All right, so anyway, live show. Don't say the F word. Anyway, welcome to 80s Toys from my attic. Now that you can hear me, I'm gonna bring you the greatest toys from the greatest decade. And here are all my friends. Please let me know you can hear me now. Please, please, please. So anyway, people from the group, we're having a tournament. It's going to start Thursday. God, it must have been funny watching me. I'm so animated without any words coming out of my mouth. That must have been funny as shit. All right. So anyway, this was my nightmare the past 2 weeks, by the way, that I come on here and nobody can hear me. Of course it happened. Of course it happened. God damn all that practice. So anyway, we're having a tournament, and this is what we're going to do. Back in 2014, 2015, a lot of you were on the page back then. We had tournaments all the time. We had He-Man. We had all the Masters of the Universe. We had all the G.I. Joe. It was a really fun time. So a little bit ago, probably like a month or so, I said to a few of my friends, I said, you know what, we should do a live show where we treat the toy tournament like March Madness, like as important, like the Catalina wine mixer, that important. And it was just a joke. And yet, here we are doing it. So I love it. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're all going to sit around. We're going to talk about the matches. We're going to talk about who's going to win each round. Who's going to be your final four? Who's going to do this? And I have experts in every round. I went across the country. I found the sharpest toy experts in all across the country, or anybody that agreed to come on. And we are going to sit there and figure all this out. So we're going to talk to Jeff and Fred. They're our action figure experts. They're going to be the first bracket. They're going to be the top left bracket. And Fred, you're from Arkansas. There might be a tornado tonight taking out Fred's house. He told me that. I'm not even kidding. This could get really exciting tonight is what I'm telling you. So be prepared for anything. See that Captain America shield? That might end up on your front step tonight. I don't care what state you're in. So be prepared. Jeff, he's the one that created the Indiana Jones claymation. It was Clash of the Titans-esque. It reminded me of back in the day with the Sinbads. It was beautiful, and it was such a work of art. I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark the other day. I watched the beginning of it. You know what I saw? Action figures. I can't get it out of my mind now. So Jeff, great job. Thank you guys for showing up. Room 2, the ladies, you're going to do the girls bracket. My mind inappropriateness, but they're girl toys. Thank you both you for showing up and doing the girls toys. You are complete experts in the fact that you are female, and you're ready.
Thank God.
So that's going to be room 2, Casey and Poochie. By the way, her nickname's Poochie. She's so angry at me for not putting Poochie, the dog, in the girls bracket, and I never even heard of such a thing. It's a little pink dog. So what I was going to do to screw with her was I was going to tell everybody beforehand that her name was really Poochie. And when she came on, everybody would just call her Poochie the whole episode. She'd be like, what the hell are you calling me Poochie for? I didn't do that to you because I was too busy. I would have done it if I had a straight mind the past week, but I didn't even have a mic working 5 minutes ago. Room 3. My experts of room 3. Where are you? There you are. Nick and Paul. Paul, who's also my producer, thank you very much. He's the man behind the scenes. Really dropped the ball in that mic situation. I can't blame him. That was over here. But they're going to handle toys such as NES, big time, Atari, Nerf, Play-Doh. They're my experts on that situation. Or they chose that today around 3 o'clock and said, I'd really like to do Nerf. So either or, we'll figure it out. And then room 4 is my man Brian Sexton. You saw him on the G.I. Joe podcast, also the He-Man podcast. You've had 2 podcasts with me. Sean, you have been on not only LJN, but also the most popular podcast on our channel, which is Inappropriate Toys, of course. Everybody loves the E.T. finger. Everybody likes inappropriate shit, it turns out. That's got over 5,000 views because my fans are sick. They're sick in the head. They don't even know what they're talking about. They got Batman with plugs and all sorts of spots in the pistol. They love that shit, though. So that's how we're going to do it tonight. I'm going to go room by room. And keep in mind, we're doing a giveaway tonight. You can win either, first of all, Paul, Jork, can you hit that first slide? I want the tournament to begin with a picture of Thunderdome. That's it right there, baby. Toy Madness 2014. 2021. Yes, I did this back in 2014, but I learned from my mistakes. I took out the shit toys, I put in better toys, I reseeded things. So I don't even know what's going to happen. This is great, and it's the most popular of all of my tournaments, mainly because it's for everybody. Not everybody's a G.I. Joe fan. I can't believe that, but not everybody is. Not everybody's a He-Man fan, but there's something for everybody in this tournament. Whether you like Poochie, oh wait, Poochie's not in there. But there's something for everybody except for Poochie. But hey, I got Kit with David Hasselhoff, right? There he is. Don't hassle the Hoff. There's Knight Rider right there. So Poochie's not there, but I got you a little Knight Rider in the bottom right. He's probably going to get his ass taken out in round 1. But that's okay. So it's something for everybody. And don't forget we're doing a giveaway. So this is what you can win tonight. Skeletor, the new Skeletor, or the Baby Yoda. These new Master Universe figures are fantastic. And that's a little plush Yoda doll. So right now in the comments, if you haven't commented yet, first of all, subscribe to the channel, please. That's number 1. Number 2, if you could comment Skeletor or Yoda what you want, I'm gonna pick a winner tonight. And that's what I didn't announce her yet. I think I announced her earlier, but I was muted. That's my daughter Alexa, who is I don't see her on the screen. There she is up there now. She's going to be tabulating all of your names. And including you moderators, and let's not forget the moderators. So thank you, Alexa. This is going to be a heck of a job for you to do, because I'm already looking at the chat. And moderators, do me a favor. Don't chat as much, moderators, because it's going to make her job a little bit harder. But thank you for commenting. Magnus wants a Skeletor. I knew you would, buddy. I knew you would. So comment in the chat, and that's what we're going to do, a live giveaway tonight at the very end. First, you gotta listen to us knuckleheads talk about toys for a little while, but you're gonna enjoy that. And if you don't, just drink until you do. Unless you're underage or have a drinking problem. I don't want to encourage either of them. This toy tournament is not worth you getting in trouble with anybody in your family. So do not drink if you're not supposed to for any number of reasons. Me? I'm gonna drink. So, are we ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the toy tournament tonight to talk about? Let me make sure I hit everything. Oh, there's rules for YouTube. I gotta let you know something. The length of the tournament, I'm sorry, the length of the giveaway ends tonight. As soon as the live taping's over, that's when you can comment. That's when it's over. I also have to let you know that YouTube has nothing to do with this. They're not endorsing this. This is my own personal giveaway. As if YouTube wants anything to do with me or these toys. As if I had to mention that. There's an executive at YouTube right now saying, this son of a bitch better let them know. This is on him. This low budget piece of shit show where there's no microphones working. We don't have anything to do with that. So YouTube, don't worry, you're in the clear. You have nothing to do with this. Quick background of the tournament and group. I think I did that. I welcomed everybody. I told you hit the subscribe button. I'm using a script. That's it. But guys in the group and Instagram, by the way, I just want to thank all of you, because my page on Facebook started in 2014. And I'm telling you, it's Brian Sexton, me and Yoda Muppet over there, we started in 2014. We were drinking one night. We're just like, let's make a page of some toys that we have and just tell stories about them. And I swear to God, I took a nap the next day. Some page must have shared me. And I woke up and there was 14,000 people, but 2 weeks later there was 10,000 people. And I just thought that's how life worked. I'm like, this shit's easy. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna talk about Beastman over there, and 20,000 people are gonna come and like me. I thought that's how life worked. So anyway, we had tournaments. We had a lot of fun, but the reach got so low. I got disgusted with it. They wanted me to pay people to see my post, even though they're already there. So I got mad. I left it idle for a while. So I started a group so that it was really I heard if you do a group, everybody sees more stuff, and I'm noticing now already. We have 7,500 people already, right? I don't even know. We got 7,000 or somewhere in that realm. I think 7,500, but it's I'm getting so many more responses with 7,500 than I did with 45,000 in the old group. So it's working. So thank you. Invite your friends. Thank you for joining. Instagram, you gotta be the nicest people in the world. Or I message you guys. I'm like, hey, you want to join my YouTube page? And you're like, thank you. And I'm like, thank you. And so thank you to both groups. I want to say that before we even start. But stick around, win something at the end. But for right now, let's talk toys. So I'm going to put these guys all in their breakout rooms. And then I'm going to go to room so that we can really sit there and have a really in-depth talk. You know what I'm saying? So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Ready.
Go.
I'm kicking
Ready
you
to
out.
go.
See ya. And while they're doing that, I'm going to drink.
Drink it.
Drink it. All right, so I got to go to their room. All right, so I'm going to room 1. Ooh, I wanted to move Paul there, actually. I got to move George the Animal Steel. Yep, I already got you, Paul. I already figured that out. All right, so room 1, Paul, you're going there. I'm going to room 1. I'll see you in a bit. Get in the room, Mike. There we go.
Good.
There we go.
There he is.
We made it. I almost screwed that up too, by the way. But we're here. So guys, you are the action figure experts. I've been talking to you guys for weeks about this. First of all, Fred, I like to get any plugs out. I know you. How many pages do you have at this point?
Well, I've got 3.
You got 3 groups that you have. So do you want to tell us all 3 of them?
Yeah, sure. First one, I've got a comic book group called Acolytes of the Multiverse.
Okay.
Where we just talk comic books.
I like that.
And anything comic book
I'm
related.
on all these, by the way. I like all of them. Go ahead.
Vintage toy collecting display group, which is vintage toys.
Vintage toys.
If you got them, share them. And then I got another one, which is Comics Universal Alliance presents Freak and Geek Outs, which is basically anything that makes you go wow, that you really like, that's random. I mean, it could be toys, it could be comics, it could be movies. Anything.
They're all 3. They're all slightly different. Toys, comics, or like you said, but they're all awesome, and I love it. And I love that Lon Chaney, the man of a thousand faces, right?
Yes.
You're like the man of 1,000 Facebook pages, and he's your ancestor, right? Like you're actually related to Lon Chaney Jr. Is that true, Lon Chaney Sr.?
Distantly, yes.
Distantly.
I don't know exactly how, but my dad says we are distant.
Well, you're living it up with these pages, and if my page fails, by the way, after this YouTube live and everything, you're gonna have 4 pages. It's yours. And Jeff, how about you? You got a YouTube channel or anything you want to plug?
I do stop motion animation, and you can see all of my toy-related stop motion on YouTube under Jeff Gerwood or jeffgerwood.com. I have G.I. Joe animation, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. There's a little Bill and Ted one on there.
It's absolutely genius. I love it. Yeah, that Indiana
a lot
Jones
of it's violent.
perfection.
I do a lot of violent animation.
Oh, nice. Right up my fans' alley.
Fun violence. Fun toys blowing each other's heads off.
Yeah, you know what? They needed more of that in the cartoons, if you ask me. So, Paul, do you want to start up the slideshow? We'll show everybody what bracket 1 looks like, and at home, feel free to say who you like, who you're picking. So there's number 1, He-Man versus Inhumanoids. What are you saying, Jeff?
I mean, it's got to be Inhumanoids, right? I mean He-Man, a beloved toy from my childhood, versus one I've never heard of.
It's an easy pick, right?
Yep.
If you look closely over my shoulder up there, you'll see Inhumanoids. That's Metlar up there. Metlar is like, even Metlar is voting for He-Man. But, and Jeff, do you agree? Inhumanoids? No? No dice?
I mean,
I'm sorry, Fred,
they look pretty cool. I never had an Inhumanoid figure, but I had all the He-Man ones. And
that's it.
I got to be He-Man.
This is an easy one, right, Fred? Easy?
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer on this one here.
No-brainer. The next one's kind of tough though, Fred. What do you think about WWF LJN versus Little Muscle Guys?
Yeah, I think this one's a little bit more evened out than the first round. And against your better judgment, I'm actually going to pick the Muscle Men over the LJN.
Just so everybody knows, the ones on my left are seated higher. That's who I think is going to win. But this one, I don't know. I'm with you. I'm not against you pick a Muscle Man at all. And what's your reasoning? Why do you like them better?
They're both
Why
toy
do
I
I like
love.
them?
It's hard. But we're going. Jeff, are you going muscles too?
I'll actually go the wrestlers,
Okay.
but I love them almost evenly when I was a kid. I have so many of both of them. It's a tough call, but I'm gonna go wrestlers on this one.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're not going to agree on everything, so that's good. That's what opens up the dialogue in our lives. So, Fred, what do you think? I'm sorry, Jeff. What do you think about Transformers versus Sectors?
We talked about this off screen. That sectors, I'm like, what?
They're so
But,
confused. Look at them. They're like, what are we
You
doing?
schooled
here?
me in sectors. But obviously, it's got to be Transformers. I was a kid like Eddie that just loved Transformers.
Yeah.
And I have them all. They're in New Jersey, but I have many Transformers.
Fred, what do you think about this? Do the Sectors have a chance?
I mean, they could. They look pretty tough.
They look tough.
They got little antennae or whatever.
Yeah. Fred, do you think they have a shot at all?
Slim to none.
Slim
I
to
think.
none, and Slim just left town.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the tornado. Yeah,
That's
so that like Sectors, I have the entire collection. I got the Hive. I love them. I don't own Transformers. I'm one of those weird kids. I'm gonna vote for Sectors in this, but I'm picking Transformers. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dargon, you're out. How about number 4? A little bit tougher. Fred, what are you thinking for Thundercats versus my beloved GoBots?
Yes, this is a little bit tougher. I'm going to go with Thundercats over the GoBots, and I have come to appreciate GoBots better as I've gotten older. But as a kid, when I was younger, they were like, that's just childish compared to Transformers, and it was like a nothing deal. But Thundercats was pretty big, and I really liked the Thundercats.
Jeff, same or no?
Growing up, I was a GoBot guy. Psykill, Leader One, Scooter, whatever.
Killer. Yeah, I love them.
But I also watched Thundercats. In this, I'm gonna go Thundercats also, but for this tournament. But they're both great. It's tough.
It's tough.
Tough again.
Yeah, I might vote GoBots, but I have both too. I love both. I don't know, but I don't. It's going to be a tough one, but I think I'm going to go Thundercats too. I think I'm going to go Thundercats. Paul, George the Animal Steel, flip it over. There we go. There is. I love my Rambo figures. I don't know who they would beat in round 1, but who's up now? Jeff, is it G.I. Joe? Is Rambo going to come out and beat G.I. Joe?
No, Rambo's not going to win this one, but I had those figures too. I'm a huge G.I. Joe. I was big into Rambo. I loved all the accessories. It was kind of similar to like the 18 dolls. They had the accessories as well. That were
so many accessories.
Everything.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah.
So many accessories and so well made. Like I own the entire collection. I always tell people except for one figure. X-Ray. He was only sold in Argentina. I never made it to Argentina when I was 10 years old, surprisingly. But
a little knife. Rambo had this awesome knife that you could put in now the sheath.
When I got all my figures out of the attic recently for here, putting the accessories to my Rambo was the hardest. Them and Sectors out of all of them because they came with so many. Look at the picture. They came with so many, and they look like they're right out of the package. My Rambo and all of them, they held up. So they're great figures. Fred, what do you think? Does the greatness of the Rambo figures compare with Destro, Cobra Commander, and Zartan?
G.I. Joe is going to be one of the hardest ones to beat in the whole tournament, I think. So,
and it's not going to be Rambo, right?
As much as I like Rambo, I don't think it's going to amount. It's going to be a one-sided landslide, I think.
I agree too. It's going to be ugly. And even I'm going to vote G.I. Joe because I love my Rambo figures, but I love G.I. Joe growing up.
Gotta go G.I. Joe. I even have my Storm Shadow over here.
Go Joe. Is that your Storm Shadow? Is that what it is?
It's a second generation Storm Shadow, I think, but yeah.
Awesome.
I have all my G.I. Joes in great condition, all displayed, so I gotta go G.I. Joe on this.
Let me tell everybody something else about Fred and Jeff. They are going to be on shows in the future with their collections because no matter what I put in my room, they show me pictures of almost the same fit, like the same toy line, but they astound me with what they have carded and this and that. You guys have astounding toy rooms, great collections, and we're going to see them definitely on the Mad Balls podcast. You should see their Mad Balls collection. Holy shit. So anyway, this is a tough one, the next one. It could go either way. Fred, what do you think about Superpowers versus Secret Wars?
Yeah, this is probably, for the first round in the action figures, I think for me personally, the hardest one. Because I'm a Marvel guy by heart.
Yes.
But I actually like the DC Superpowers just a tad bit better on this.
So,
but it could flip either way on
and you
this.
owned both of them growing up, right? You owned Secret Wars and Superpowers?
I never had any, and to this day, I don't think, I don't have, I do have a couple of Superpowers, but no, I didn't have any when I was a kid. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're great. I got a decent collection of them, and I love them so much. And I have an equal collection of Superpowers. They were both equal to me. So I don't know. Jeff, what are you thinking? Who are you picking out of these two?
I had both of these collections as a kid. I love them both, but I'm gonna go towards the Superpowers only because you could squeeze the legs and the arms and move. You know, it was like it had such great playability.
That's an added bonus. Now it left my Robin legless, by the way. But that's besides the point. There was some of them I did too much, but they had the added bonus of you hit their arms and the Flash. When I got the Flash and I hit his little arms and his legs, like what? I can't get much better than that. And Darkseid, when you let the sunlight shine through the top of his head and his eyes glow, I love those Secret War figures. They're so nicely made. But I think I'm going Superpowers too. So I think we're all in agreement with that. How about number 7, Jeff?
Well, here's another. It's a tough one, but not really, because I was a fan. Okay, I'm a ridiculous Star Wars fan. I have all the figures with all the weapons, all in mint condition, all little individual cases on my wall. So it's like, but Mask, I love Mask though. I know people didn't like the tiny little figures, but I liked them because they were just like you could do more with tiny figures, and the vehicles were awesome, and I love the little masks. And I watched the cartoon, so that was a tough call. But obviously, I'm going to go Star Wars only because it's just my entire life was like Star Wars.
Everything we grew up with was Star Wars, right? Life. I mean, bed sheets, everything, movies. Fred, are you picking Mask?
No. Star Wars is the granddaddy of them all. That really, in my opinion, started the whole action figure.
Everything,
boom,
yeah,
really, yeah.
I agree. I think He-Man and those Masters Universe, they bit off of it by doing it without a movie and everything. But Star Wars, they marketed that movie. It's an unbelievable toy line. It did not win in 2014 the action figure section. I was kind of surprised about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I think it easily beats Mask. My friends had Mask on Marble and Delaware Avenue. Chris Walsh, but they had them, and I played with them there. I never owned one of my own. Cars weren't really my thing growing up. Cars aren't my thing as an adult. I had a 2001 Mercury Sable until last year. So I'm not a big car guy, needless to say. But so I'm going Star Wars, obviously. But Mask, they're very cool. I just don't think they're gonna hit this. Number 8, Fred Chaney. What do you think about Voltron versus the Turtles?
This is one where I will probably disagree with what I think the group as a whole will pick. I figure the group will go for Turtles, but I actually like Voltron better. There wasn't as many, in the line throughout the years, because there was only 5 lions, whereas you could
there
have
wasn't much you could
several turtle figures.
But
I actually like giant robots, so I mean it sells it for me.
So you're gonna vote, like when you're actually doing the voting, you're gonna vote for Voltron, but you think Turtles are gonna win though?
Yes.
Yeah. I agree. I actually don't like the seating here. I should have put. I thought they were equal. I would have put the Turtles on the left. I think the Turtles are gonna win too. What about you, Jeff?
I do think that I'm going to pick Turtles, and I do think Turtles are going to take it. But when I got that Voltron, the one in the picture, I was so proud of that toy. I had it on my shelf. I would just stare at it. I'm in amazement that I had this giant thing. So I love Voltron, but Turtles was a big deal for me when I was in the late 80s. So and I think everyone else will probably agree. So I'm going to go Turtles.
Vanilla Ice, if you're out there, I know who you're voting for. But that even that picture of Voltron, that might get some votes just seeing that. Because like you said, when you looked at that figure, you're like, wow, it's something else. But let me give you a flashback to 2014. I put Voltron against He-Man in the first round. I almost got death threats. Like people were messaging me, Voltron fans, saying, "This is bullshit. How could you put Voltron against He-Man in the first round? You want Voltron to lose." Yeah. I made this just so I could screw over all the Voltron fans. You caught me. But so I gave them a fair match this time. I think they'll at least put up a fight. Yeah, He-Man whooped the shit out of Voltron. Not gonna lie.
I used to have the Voltron standing next to the Jetfire. It was because they were both like around the same
About
height.
the same size, right?
They looked awesome. On a shelf together.
That's like buying Humanoids and my giant Roddy Piper. They cross promote too. So let's end this discussion with Fred. Who are you picking for the winner of your bracket? The whole
action figure bracket.
Yeah.
This could change on a daily basis. Is what I was telling Jeff when we were in the breakout room earlier.
Yeah.
Because I made my bracket about a week ago, and then I was looking at it today, and I was like, I might actually change that. But on my prediction, I'm going to go with G.I. Joe.
For the whole okay, Jeff?
For the whole action figure.
I think I'm going to go Star Wars on this one. It's just so it's just Star Wars. It's tough to beat.
I don't think you can go wrong if you pick He-Man, Masters Universe. I always call it He-Man. Just like I call my GNR is my favorite band of all time. Appetite for Destruction, I call it Jungle. You like the Jungle album? My favorite band of all time. I still same with He-Man. One of my favorites. I call it He-Man. But Masters Universe, Transformers, G.I. Joe, or Star Wars. I don't think. And I remember from 2000. Fred, do you remember who won the action figure bracket in 2014?
I don't.
It's the Mount Rushmore of toys.
They are the Mount Rushmore.
It really is.
Yeah, they're the Mount Rushmore. He-Man beat all of them in the action figure bracket in 2014. Yeah. But I'll tell you this: I look back at the voting, a few votes here and there. It could have been any of those four. So that's why I'm picking Masters of the Universe for that section, but only because I look back and that I kind of saw where it went, but it could be anybody. So, but thank you guys for your input.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. The fact that it's 8:37 now and the mic cut out early, and I love talking about toys. This shit might go on until 10 o'clock tonight. So hang out, guys. So we got some decent viewers right now, and so thank you. Stick around if you like toys. We're gonna do this for a while, guys. Hang out in the breakout room. You guys can sit and chat about whatever you want. Toys, booze, women. I don't care what you talk about. You're gonna be all by yourselves. I'll talk to you guys.
Give your picks.
Well, I did for this one. I did Masters of the Universe. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Paul, flip it over. I'm sorry. I know what you mean. Yep. Here's my picks. This is what your bracket's going to look like at home, everybody. That's what it's going to look like. So I picked He-Man. I picked LJN, which we disagree a little bit, but I could easily go Muscles. Transformers. I picked GoBots.
I picked GoBots.
You know what? I'm going to stick with that. I think there's a big GoBot community out there. We're loud and we're proud, and we're not afraid. We used to be afraid to tell everybody about the GoBot love, but we love the GoBots, and I get shit on all the time on my page. But every once in a while, a guy like Jeff and Fred come out, and they're like, you know what? We like GoBots too, and we all love them. So, are they Transformers? No. And I'm sure you can see what happens in round 2 between Transformers and GoBots. Transformers kicking their ass. I get that, but I'm gonna take them over Thundercats. I'm gonna go G.I. Joe, obviously. I'm gonna go Superpowers. Star Wars, and I'm taking the Turtles over Voltron. I actually put the pictures backwards in the Voltron, so I did pick the Turtles to win. They should have been on the left. So I'm not a professional. I just play one on YouTube. All right. So anyway, guys, thank you again. I'm gonna head over to room 2 with the girls and see what they think about their bracket. But we'll be back at the very end. You're gonna tell me your final 4 and your final winner. Thank you so much. You guys did awesome, just like I knew you would. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
I gotta make sure I don't end meeting for on leave meeting. Leave breakout room. Just that button. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna move Georgie Animal Steel to room 2. I'm gonna go over to room 2. How you hanging in there, Lex? Everything all right? It doesn't look like there's a lot of people in the chat. It's handled, right? You're good.
No, doing good.
All right, good. Looks like we got decent. We're up to, I think it's at 24 viewers. Not too bad. I'll take it. Thank
25 now.
Yo, guys, what's up?
25.
25. Hey, thank you guys for watching. It's going a little bit longer than I thought, but if you like toys, you stick around. You're gonna love this. All right, Lex, I'll be back again. Thank you.
I'll be here.
Join room 2. Look
You're
at the
gonna get
moderators
fixed.
doing picks. I love it. My moderators are in there picking right now. Where is Paul at? Did I not assign him? George the Animal Steel.
Don't know.
Where is he? I put him in. Wait,
Paul.
Up your resting to the left.
he's got to move over here. I put him in here, but he never left.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I'm in room 2. He should be.
You're
Let
on
me
your
go back to
face.
room 1. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to check room 1 and see where George the Animal Steel is.
Close.
Is Paul here? Where's Paul? I'm looking all over the Zoom for Paul.
He exited a little bit
He's
ago.
gone, right?
He's in the multiverse.
Where the hell is he? All right, hold on.
He might have hit the wrong exit button.
I'm gonna try again, maybe. All right, let me. Where the hell is he? All right.
Force him into a group somehow.
I don't
the
know.
moderator. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know what's going on, man. All right, so hold on. Let me leave this room again. I'm gonna go back to Alexa, see if he's hanging out there. Hold up, guys. All right, so Paul's not here. Where the hell is Paul at? All right, I'm gonna. Go
It
back.
looks like it said he was in room 2, but wasn't loaded yet, maybe?
Yeah, I guess he's having trouble loading in. Paul's got my slideshow, by the way, so I kind of need Paul right now.
Uh-oh.
I kind of need Paul. He's completely gone now. I think he's going to leave and come back in. All right, so we can do that. Let me check the participants. Make sure he's probably going to sign right back in any second. If not, I'm just going to go talk to the ladies about the slideshow without the slideshow. I don't know what happened to him. Zoom crash here. Oh, he said Zoom crashed. He'll be back. All right, so I'm going to go into room 2 with them, and I'll start that up a little bit, and then when Paul sabotaged, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to the room 2.
Yeah, it has the lotus flower. It has Mila on it. It has my friend Ace on it. It has my friend Pete on here.
What
He's
are you
a
two
guitarist.
talking about in here? Tattoos?
You said, yeah,
Tattoos and cats.
tattoos.
Cats.
Yeah. I'm getting a tattoo of a cat on my arm on Saturday.
You don't. Of a cat on your arm?
Yeah, I'm
Is it going to be one of your cats that you own?
This, and up here, I'm getting an outline of a cat with 4 paw prints
Nice.
to represent the 4 cats that I have.
So just for the record, are you picking Thundercats to beat? Who was it in that first round? Thundercats. And,
It was I picked Transformers. It was no. It was
GoBots, right?
GoBots. Yeah, I picked Thundercats, of course.
Of course.
It got to the point of Thundercats and Voltron. I had to go Voltron. That was hard.
Yeah.
That was a hard one for me.
So here's the problem. My man Paul crashed. He
Uh-oh.
is.
Oh no.
Yeah, and he's kind of got the he's got the slideshow. He's my main man for the slideshow.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm gonna let me check to see if he popped in yet.
I'm telling you, Zoom was giving me fits, man. I could not
Tonight
get
couldn't
on.
go more wrong for me, but listen, we're gonna make this work.
We'll make it work.
Stick with us, people. Going live is not an easy thing. I don't see. All right, I think I might have to go let him in. So I'll be right back again. Let's see if I
Okay.
can get Paul back. I'm sorry, I didn't want you to think I forgot about you.
No, you're cool.
Any sign of Paul yet? No Paul.
No, Paul.
Wait. What just
What?
happened?
You told us we had to leave.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was leaving. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it came up and said that we had to leave in 59 seconds.
Yeah.
Hold on. I closed up all the breakout rooms by accident. I'm such a
Oh no!
I'm such a stupid ass technology.
Leave me, you idiot.
Oh my god. All right, so here we go. Room 4. Hold on. This is unbelievable. By the way, everybody, I don't know if you guys know, we lost Paul. Paul has the slideshow. All right. This is why I haven't slept for the past 2 weeks, because I am so afraid of this shit happening, and it all happened to me.
And it happened.
The mic.
Yeah.
I said, if anybody drops, please
Shit.
don't let it be Paul. Anybody but Paul. Here he comes. He's back again. All right.
No.
This is in the future. Oh, by the way, so
Hey, everybody.
for those of you listening, while we're waiting for Paul to pop in, let me do another commercial. Sean here and I are going to host a trivia night coming up. It's going to be live. We're going to figure all the glitches out by then. And we're gonna
Goddamn
have
technology.
a live trivia night. Oh, there he is. And it's going to be on 80s toys. So we'll have Name the Action Figure.
Bill Gates.
We'll have a night with girl toys. We'll have all different. It'll be great. We'll have a lot of trivia. So look forward to that. Paul is back.
I'm back somehow.
Let me look at these breakout rooms. All right.
Did he run off to play Oregon Trail?
Nah, his Zoom just crashed.
Good
everything.
dysentery.
So his Zoom trash.
Got bit by a snake.
So breakout rooms. All right. So I don't see.
Ran out of money, couldn't buy any meat.
So I'm just going to start this over because it doesn't have Paul's name in it. So I'm going to assign manually. Room 1. Who's that? Fred, Jeff. I have to do this so fast in school because we play games a lot of the time. So
It sounds like they like the trivia idea, man.
Yeah, they hear about. Are they talking about trivia on there?
I see a couple.
Yeah, guys,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a ton of fun. So I'm going to put Georgie Animal Steel in room 2, and I'm going to put Casey in room 2. Yeah, and we'll get all these glitches worked out. My mic will work on trivia night at least 4 out of 5 times. And then room 3 will be who was room 3? Nick, you're all by yourself.
Yeah.
This must be so.
Living that dream.
This is so
I'm just
goddamn-
listening to you.
So lonely. How's
Just
it
watching the stream.
Hey Nick, how's the stream going? Is it going all right?
It's going great on my end. I mean,
Okay. So
I've been yelling at the screen a couple times. I don't know what's going on because I'm so far behind.
Is everything it's coming out all right though from what you said?
Yeah, everything. You can hear everything.
Okay,
I
cool.
mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's all I imagined it to be. If you could believe it.
Running like clockwork.
So yeah, so the trivia is going to be coming back. And you know what else is coming back? Breakout rooms. See you later.
Later.
See you.
It's drinking time.
Drinking time.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, Alexa, I will be back.
I'll be here.
I almost like when shit goes wrong. It almost it excites me in a bit. Okay, so I'll be back.
Cool.
All right, we
What's
finally made it.
the Pee-wee behind you?
It's the full box set from the first season. All VHS, all wrapped still.
So in other words, Paul has a file on him with the FBI and isn't allowed to feel 100 feet of the school. If you own the Pee Wee Herman first season the full set of the Pee Wee
Exactly.
Herman,
I
you
think I
have
had
an
to give my
actual
credit
file.
card for that too.
And he's a producer. He's a producer
You
for
said
a
the
toy
secret
show
word.
for 80s toy shows.
Yeah.
He's got all the flags. But so we're back, everybody. And like I just told my daughter, I said, as much as things go bad, I look at things in my life that have gone bad, and I just can't help but laugh. I don't know why. I know I should be really pissed right now, but I'm just not. I told my wife a story the other day, really quick, about when I was in 7th grade. Remember our school, Paul, was 7th through 12th grade, like big men, and I'm in 7th grade. So they sent me across the room to the hall to take a test one day. And all the seniors are like, oh, look at this dork, shit like that. So I go back, I take my test, I leave, I go to leave, the door's locked, and I start pulling the door. I'm like, I can't get it open. So then, all of a sudden, one of the kids yells, look at the idiot trying to get in the closet. I was trying to open a closet the whole time. And, I wasn't embarrassed enough that I friggin' was in there with seniors, and they're all goofing on me because I look like I'm 10. I look like I'm 8 when I'm 12. Now I'm trying to get into a closet looking at the teacher going, I can't get out of the room. So in other words, right now, this is my locked closet moment. So here we are. So this is ladies' night. Round bracket number 2. So Paul, can you start up the bracket and we'll see what these 2 ladies picked for it.
Bear with me. I just gotta plug that.
Yeah, no, I see, yeah. You there you go. Where'd you hook that up to? The ceiling fan? Is that spinning around mid-pick.
Woo! I gotta move the beanbag out of the way. Stand by.
So, who did we decide for odds? Casey, are you odds? Or
I'll
evens?
do odds.
You'll do odds. All right, so let's start with Casey. What are you picking, Cabbage Patch Kids or the little pockets? Little what is
Polly
it?
Pocket?
The little Polly Pockets.
I picked Cabbage Patch only because I was a little too old for Polly Pocket, and I thought they were dumb. Plus, I picked Cabbage Patch because I found a Cabbage Patch that had my first name spelled the exact same.
That's rare with
way.
your name too. That's probably not. You probably don't see Casey spelled like your name a lot.
No, I don't. I've met like 3 other people that have spelled it the same way in my lifetime, and I'm
Wow. And
46.
one of them was a Cabbage Patch Kid. So there you go. But so I don't know a lot about girls' toys. But I'll tell you this: I do own a Cabbage Patch Kid. Oh, he's across the room, and let's be brutally honest. I'm wearing sweatpants right now because I didn't think you'd say. So I'm not going to stand up and get the Cabbage Patch Kid because then I'm going to look like I'm not taking life seriously right now. But this is how I teach. I teach with sweat. So this is how I do it. So nobody's going to see my pajamas right now. But I do have a Cabbage Patch Kid named James. Beautiful kid. Yeah. Great genetics. I don't know where he came from. But Polly Pocket. I don't know a lot about toys. Did this come out later? Like, not. I know it was later than Cabbage Patch, but it came out that much later that.
We were
not much later.
No, I don't know exactly the year, but I'm 43, and I feel like I was too old for it too.
Wow.
Because I remember thinking it was stupid.
Yeah, because I'm 45, and I had, like I said, my mom stood in line for a Cabbage Patch Kid, and be honest, like, we all had them on my street, the girls and the boys, and I kind of looked at it like this was my in with the ladies. Like I'm in there with James, my cute little kid. I'm like, hey, you know what? Our kids look pretty good together on a play date, and I kind of used it in that aspect. You know what I mean? Like bringing your dog to the park, something like that. So that's that. But I'm not gonna lie, I liked it though. I liked having the doll. I don't care if that makes Beastman and Skeletor think less of me. I like little James. So I'm Jenny, you're gonna go with Cabbage Patch 2. Is that what we're saying?
Correct. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. So number 2, Jenny, glowworm or fashion plates?
So Casey and I was talking about this. We were both too old for glowworm. And I think Casey, you said you didn't play with fashion plates either.
No, I didn't.
So both these toys suck. They're both horrible.
Fashion plate. What's that?
They both suck. They're both
pretty much.
They're unworthy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, like glowworm, I never had one either, but it does huge on the page. Like so, I think there's a
does.
So that's the only reason I'm going glowworm. So are you saying glowworm too, or are you saying fashion plates?
I'm saying fashion plate because I was just way too old for glowworm.
Did you?
Incidentally, though, my niece, who is not quite 2, somebody got her one, and she loves that thing. And it sings or something. Maybe they did back then too. I don't know.
Not the first generation of them didn't sing, but it just glowed. But there were other generations of them that did like broadcast lights and did sing or did something.
Yeah, that's what hers is. I don't. It might be green. I'm not sure. But anyways, I did fashion plate.
Okay.
It was more fun to color and.
So you got Casey? Did you have fashion plates? Did you?
No, I did not. I didn't have either one, but I do. I picked glowworm because my nieces and nephews loved it. So I was like,
to this day, glowworms are still, yeah.
Go with that.
Good choice. So we got a glowworm, we got a fashion plate between the two of you, and honestly, I don't know. I think it could go either way. I'm pretty sure I picked glowworm. Number 3, Casey, what are you thinking? Good old strawberry shortcake or the Monchichi?
Oh, I went strawberry shortcake all the way because I remember getting these every year for my birthday and Christmas. My birthday's in November, so Christmas a month later, I was all in that big time. And I dressed as Apple Dumpling one year for Halloween.
Oh,
that's awesome.
There you go. Which one's is Apple Dumpling in that picture?
I think he's on the far row.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right in front, next to strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake, yeah, on the left there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. There's some
yellowish hat.
There's some wild looking little figures. Those guys. Yeah. So So Poochie, Jenny, are you going with the the eternal thumbsucker Monchichi, or are we going to go with the smelly shortcake?
I have to go with strawberry shortcake because my room basically looked like strawberry shortcake had puked all over it. And incidentally, I had a lemon meringue pie doll and strawberry shortcake doll, and they blew kisses, and it would smell like when you squeeze their like their little mouths had a hole and squeeze
That's a
air
big
out.
selling point.
And I love these things. I always carried them around with me. Well, I got migraines. I still do, and I had a migraine, and I like barfed all over strawberry shortcake and lemon meringue pie.
That's not right.
So
I never
I had to
thought,
wash.
I
My
never
mom had
thought
to
this
wash
was
them
going
for
to
me.
go
I
in
was
that direction
devastated.
tonight. I gotta
And
be
they
honest.
stopped kissing after that. After we had to wash them. So
Wow.
they'll never forgive
yeah,
me.
so it's
But-
that's a sad ending to the shortcake story.
But she will always live in my heart. I love me some strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, I know a
Apricot
lot
was
of
the
people do.
best.
Yeah,
They were.
They were
Yeah.
fun, and I like Stinkor. Remember Stinkor?
I do remember Stinkor.
Skeletor guy looked like a skunk, smelled like a skunk. That
Really?
was that's our
Bad.
strawberry
I
shortcake.
don't remember that.
It actually smelled like a skunk.
It was horrible.
And
but great.
they used so much of it that people that made it in the factories, they got sick. They had to go home. That's how strong it was, and it still
God.
smells to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jenny, number 4, pound puppies. What are those things? Popples? What are popples?
Wuzzles. Or those are popples. Yes, those are popples.
Those are the popples. I get them confused too. Wuzzles and popples. I think they're. But listen, people love them. So, what are you picking here?
This was hard. This was a really difficult decision. I did not have a popple, but I wanted one badly. But I did have pound puppies, and so I told Casey I picked pound puppies, but I could go either way. So if she picks popples, we'll do popples.
Okay, awesome. And what, Casey, you're going popples also?
I'm going popples because I won one in a coloring contest when I was younger.
Oh.
And I mean, this one was hard because I did love pound puppies. My dog growing up always used to steal my baby pound puppy and sleep with it. So that was really hard. So, but I did pick popples.
He didn't throw up on it like Jenny's shortcake, right?
No.
Because that if I hear one more vomit story tonight, I'm gonna question what I'm doing here. So I'm picking pound puppies because I love dogs. I'm a simple man. And popples, they look weird to me. I'm sorry, they're a little weird. So anyway, look, the popple community just banned me. So Paul, next slide, please.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Rainbow Bright. One of my favorite posts I ever did. Anything where I can put Ron Jeremy's picture into a post, I'm doing it. Murky Dismal. Murky Dismal.
God, that was funny.
Yeah, that's from the days gone by. So, Casey, your turn. Rainbow Bright or the Easy Bake Oven?
I never had an Easy Bake Oven. A friend of mine did, and she ended up burning herself kind of badly on it.
She
So
burned
I
herself with
chose
that
Rainbow
oven?
Bright. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she should get a lawsuit. I have a friend that lost half a finger to a spaghetti cutter back in the day. Hey, Tori, if you're watching, there's your shout out. your little finger
Up next,
nub.
gory movies.
Your little finger nub. Wow, because I heard they take like 5 months to cook a cupcake. So your friend must have been sitting in that goddamn oven for days. She must have just stuck her hand in that oven for like days.
She did. She just stuck her hand in because she lost the little fork thing to push it through. So she just stuck her hand in, and yeah.
Wow.
From the top of her
Unbelievable.
hand.
So you're picking Easy Bake because your friend burned herself. Is that correct?
No, I'm picking Rainbow Bright.
Oh, okay, good. Jenny, what about you?
Oh, definitely Rainbow Bright. She was. I had the purple one and the Rainbow Bright in this picture.
That purple one looks like, yeah.
I had the Ron Jeremy doll. I had Murky Dismal.
Really? You had Murky Dismal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
care
lie.
that he was mean.
That purple one, like Rainbow Bright, looks cool. That purple one looks like Paul from the Wonder Years. Like that looks like Kevin's friend Paul with purple hair. I think I would have gone the green one, but you picked the purple one. What's the purple one's name?
You know, I can't remember. I had
Exactly.
both. I had Rainbow Bright and her. I would have to look it up again, but
Well,
those two and Murky Dismal were the three that I had.
I can't
loved
believe you
Rainbow
owned
Bright.
Murky Dismal. I'd like to get my hands on them. I would like that little Ron Jeremy doll to sit right behind me during podcasts. That would be awesome. So
that would be cool.
So
I loved him. I don't know. I gotta find him. I bet my mom threw him away.
well,
She
give
had a
her
habit of
give her
doing
an
that.
earful. Jenny, number 6. Those little My
This-
Little Ponies or Gem. This is a hard one.
This was
Yeah.
very difficult because of course, that I still have my original My Little Pony. The picture I sent you with my Garbage Pail Kid stickers.
Right.
I went with Gem on this one. I had the Gem doll, and she had Aquanet hair, thanks to me. But that was a really, really difficult choice. But I don't think that Gem gets the kudos that she deserves, the
No.
respect that she deserves.
I think
So-
no, it was me and Casey that talked about this the other day with Gem. I actually watched it because it either came on right after G.I. Joe or He-Man, and it was
He-Man.
It was right after He-Man.
Mhm.
It was a cool show, and Gem
was.
and them. It was kind of
Yeah.
had the Josie and the Pussycats kind of vibe with the band and the this and that. But it was also, you know, who stole this? Hannah Montana, right? Because there was the alter ego type of thing going on.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
What a
Yeah,
cool.
Gem and
I don't
Jerry.
really like that picture as much. I wanted to put up a picture of the Misfits. I couldn't find a good one, but I thought everything about that show was cool. But you know why I'm picking Rainbow Bright? I'm afraid those bronies are going to show up to my tournament. And let me tell you something. They could easily. Shy Violet was the purple one's name. Thank you, Pterodactyl. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm afraid the bronies, because I was in a tournament one time on my friend's page. It was Best 80s Rock Star. And the Rick Springfield fans showed up.
Oh.
They beat Van Halen. They beat Guns N' Roses. They beat every band that Rick Springfield should not be beating. And these people were rabid. The one guy dressed like Rick Springfield. Like, I looked on his profile picture, and I'm like, dude thinks he's Rick Springfield. And all the women who still wanted to marry Rick Springfield, they showed up, and they're like, I wish I was Jesse. They couldn't get enough of this guy. So I'm afraid the bronies are going to sabotage. And I'm a lot more worried about them than the Rick Springfield fans. Trust me, because they're going to show up dressed up, ready to go. So what about number 7, Casey? What do you think? Barbie? I'm sorry, number 6. You're picking Gem. Or who do you think's going to win?
This one was also hard for me as well because I had both. I had Gem, and I love Gem, and I love the Misfits. Gem would always beat the snot out of Barbie and the Rockers. So,
yeah.
But in the picture, I had both of those My Little Ponies.
Ooh.
But I went with Gem because I really like Gem.
Really outrageous.
It's truly
She
outrageous.
was truly
So
outrageous.
do you think Gem's going to beat My Little Pony, or are you just voting for Gem?
I'm voting for Gem, and I think Gem will beat My Little Pony, and
All right.
because Synergy's gonna, take care of it all.
Bronies unite.
Right.
Bronies unite. All right, because they're out to get you. All right, Casey, number 7. We got Barbie versus a bunch of pimp attire. I don't even know.
Charm
These charm
bracelet.
bracelets are like crazy. I can't even imagine
Oh.
wearing this. So, all right, so
It was heavy. It was heavy.
It was,
I
yeah.
had one.
yeah, you feel like Mr. T wearing it, I bet.
You did. You definitely did. That's Oh yeah.
Crazy.
When my
So-
brother and I would
Those are the best.
recreate. Oh God, yeah, we would recreate some of the A-Team episodes, and I would wear that and be Mr. T.
you were B.A. Baracus.
I would.
You know, it's funny,
But-
Jenny. I saw a post from 2014. I went back and invited people to the page the other day, and it was a Mr. T post. And you're like, I liked A-Team just because I like saying B.A. Baracus. You just that's what your comment was. So I'm giving you a flashback to 7 years ago. So Casey, are you picking Barbie or charm bracelets?
I'm picking Barbie because there's just so much more you could do with Barbie than charm bracelets.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Jenny?
This was another really hard one. I went with Barbie, but I'm like her. I had charm bracelets, and man, that was a hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going with Barbie, and I had the Barbie that's in that picture too.
I did too.
You had aerobicized Barbie exercise.
This is workout Barbie.
Yeah,
Workout Barbie. Yeah.
I'm calling her all sorts of shit. Likes to run around Barbie. Watch me jump rope Barbie. I didn't know her name. Workout Barbie. So you actually had this one. I mean, she looks fit. I mean, I guess she did all right with whatever that little book is she's reading. She looks like she was working out. So good for her. Those charm bracelets, I gotta tell you, they look like shit to me. I don't even get it. Like I must have. Like I can't imagine. But you guys really you liked that back in the day. You really.
Yeah. I mean, you were jealous if somebody had a charm that you were looking for.
Really?
And you had to switch back and forth. My best friend we've been friends since we were 4. We are on the look for these things. Like to this day, we are trying to get our charm necklaces back.
I mean, as a guy looking in, like I look at some of these other toys and I look at charm bracelets and I'm like, I can see like a guy entering the pimp game, like just being like, this is what I'm gonna wear tonight, and this is what I'm doing. But like I said, I don't know much about girl toys.
Well, now it's the Pandora store.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That's right.
From that to Pandora.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. They don't look like that though. And they're a lot more expensive.
I mean, some of them look pretty dumb.
Here's two guys' point of view. Pandora and charm bracelets, quote unquote, Paul Esposito, they look dumb. So, yeah. Number 8, Jenny, Care Bears versus the lovable Wuzzles.
This one was another hard one. I went with Care Bears. I had Tender Heart Bear, which is the middle one, the brown one with the heart on his stomach.
Center stage.
That was Tender Heart. And I really loved them. I loved Wuzzles. But I didn't have any. All I got was a stupid pencil with the Wuzzle on top that swung around. And that was the extent of my Wuzzle. So I went with Care Bears on this one.
Nice. So you're going Care Bears. And I think that's what the crowd will go with. Casey, what do you think?
I watched the Wuzzles cartoon and I was just like, meh. But I went with Care Bears and I wanted a Care Bear so bad growing up. I had the books. I had a couple hard little figurines, but I never had a plush one. And a few years ago, my boyfriend got me Grumpy Bear, which was my absolute favorite, and I still have it, and I absolutely love it. So I went with Care Bears.
You know, a lot of girlfriends would be a little upset getting a Grumpy Bear, but you,
but
you took it. You're like, this is my favorite. This isn't like some sort of sign that I'm grumpy all the time. You're like, this is really what I like. Yeah. Care Bears are cool. I like them. I don't get the Wuzzles. They're like weird mutants to me, like Dr. Moreau's Island.
Pretty much.
I don't know what's happening there, but I'd rather have a Grumpy Bear than a lion, platypus, dog, rabbit, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
So So Jenny, what about you? Care Bears? Is that where we're going, or Wuzzles?
Yes, Care Bears.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you like the Wuzzles too?
I did, yeah. I watched the cartoons. I was like, Cassie, with Care Bears, I didn't have a Wuzzle. I wanted one.
Right.
But I didn't have any.
Yeah, and that's what I hear a lot. It's almost like I didn't include Snorks in the competition because they were a huge cartoon.
Snorks!
But as far as toys, there weren't a lot. Like I have a few Snorks, like the little PVC Smurf type toys. But I took them out from 2014 to now because the people were identifying the cartoon. People didn't have a lot of the toys, and I think that's the same with Wuzzles. I feel like a lot of people like the cartoon, but we shall see. I'm picking. Paul, let's see what I picked. Let's go on to the next screen and see what I picked in all this. I did Cabbage Patch, Glowworm, which I believe Casey went with, but Jenny didn't. So, and that could go either way, that one. Shortcake, obviously, we all went that. I went Pound Puppies. You guys like the Popples. I went Rainbow Bright. We all did, except for the fact that your friend burnt herself. So we're still not. We're actually going to not pick that one because it's dangerous. No. I went with My Little Pony because I'm worried about the bronies. You guys said Gem. I agree with you though. Gem is better in my eyes. Barbie, over the pimp bracelets and necklaces, and then Care Bears over Wuzzles. So overall, I think we agreed pretty much. You guys killed it. Thank you so much because I asked you guys to do this a week ago. I went on and I was like, let me get two girls from my page who are really like into toys and always comment, and you guys are so supportive of the page. Jenny, I think you've been around since 2014. You've always commented, so thank you so much. I try to amuse you as much as I can with stupid shit, and you keep coming back. So either you're mentally ill or we're on to something good here. And Casey, I went and you are on top of all of it too, and I think you both had brothers, right? Is that true?
Yeah, I have a younger brother.
And that really opens you up to all the toys I talk about. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
So I thought you two would be great, and I was right. Like I'm not usually right about a lot of things as in like if my mic will work tonight at the beginning, which I think honestly cost us probably 20 viewers. They're like, this guy's a jerk. But but I was right about this. So thank you. And what I'm hoping for in the future, I have not done a podcast on any girl toys yet. So if there's anything you guys really like, either it's Rainbow Bright, Strawberry Shortcake, or anything that you like, I'd love to have you on for a podcast. It's a lot more organized. There's no live shit happening, and Paul will attest that it goes a lot smoother than the live. So I'd love to have you back if you guys would come on for anything you feel comfortable with.
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I totally do it.
And one last thing, who you picking for that bracket? Just that bracket, the girls bracket.
Oh,
Who did you pick
the
for
very
just,
end out of all of the
just the girl bracket one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you have going to the final four? Just for the
final
girls.
four. I have Barbie.
Barbie.
And it was very hard because I
Who
had
did
it
Bar-
narrowed
who
down
did Barbie
to
have to
Strawberry
beat?
Shortcake and Barbie.
Oh, Shortcake. Okay.
Still doing $1.5 billion in revenue every year, Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can't. Yeah. You can't
argue
beat
with that.
Barbie.
No, can't.
Poochie, what are you thinking? What's happening?
Man, I had to go with Strawberry Shortcake.
Okay. And that's who Casey
I can
had.
certainly understand Barbie,
Yeah.
but it seems almost cliche. It almost seems, like
Well,
she's expected to win.
I'm going to tell you who I picked. I picked for my final four, I picked Cabbage Patch Kids. And only
Nice.
because
Oh, yeah.
I've seen this show before. I did this tournament in 2014. Cabbage Patch Kids beat everything in the category. And back then I had Smurfs included. Smurfs gave Cabbage Patch a little run for its money. I thought I picked Barbie 7 years ago, though. And I was wrong. So I'm not going to be wrong again, I hope. I'm going to go Cabbage Patch Kids. So we got a Cabbage Patch, we got a Strawberry Shortcake, and we have a Barbie. So between the three of us, one of us got to be right. Right? So thank you
I'm
guys.
okay with either one of those winning out of the three. I'm okay with any of them.
You can't go wrong with any of them. Is there? I asked the guys in the first. They had a few pages. Do any of you have anything you want to plug while you're here, YouTube or any Facebook pages? All right. Well, you know what they're plugging? Join 80s Toys from My Attic. It's a great page. These two ladies love it. Why not join my page if they don't have a page? So, thank you so much. And if you ever get a page, you support. I will put you all over any page, YouTube, anything I own. So you just let me know if you want to start up a 80s Toys from My Girl Attic or something. But thank you so much. Stick around. I'm going to come at the very end, and we're going to find our final four. I'm losing it. Okay, so I better slow down the champagne. All right, so anyway, we'll be used to ladies. Stick around, talk about tattoos some more, and I will be back in a bit. On to room 3. See ya.
See ya.
Room 3, Paul, you go there, and then room 3, I'm gonna join you. Nick, it's your time, buddy. If you're watching on YouTube, you better get ready, because I'm coming. Why am I not coming? There I go. Hey,
Hey, go, buddy.
My man Nick.
Go on, man.
Oh my God, where's?
Oh, did we lose him again?
Did we lose him again? Oh no, this is happening every time. I think we lost him again. Don't do this.
No.
Don't do this to me. Poor Nick has been by himself the whole time. You've been watching the show.
I'm watching the stream, brother.
Yeah. How's it going? Is it going all right while we wait for?
It's going so far so good. I'm commenting. People seem to be commenting. They're liking it.
Nice.
I think I'm giving away my final four on every one, so a little peek into the future.
Just out of curiosity, have you been drinking during this event?
One or two,
One or two, yeah.
A little snip here, a little snip there.
I think we lost.
I did like Jazzercise Barbie or every other name that you called her. That was fun.
I completely blanked out on what the hell her name was.
Are you looking for him now? Is that what this is?
Yeah, I think every time we go to a different room, I think I lose him.
I know.
That's what it appears. Let me go. I'm going on Facebook right now to see where Paul is. This is going swimmingly tonight.
Just like we planned.
He wrote 8:41 Zoom crash. I'll be back. But I think it crashed again.
Wait, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was 8:41. He wrote that. So
yeah.
I'm thinking it happened again.
Yeah, maybe.
He's with me, not in a room. All right, I'll be right back. Let me see if I can save Paul.
All right, go get him.
Hey, Paul.
There he is.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God! I released everybody again. Why does
You're
that?
real good at this.
Why do
It's
I keep
mayhem.
doing that? All right, hold on, guys. I'll be right with you.
You're
Can you imagine what class is like with me? All right, so
Stampy, you idiot.
all right, we're gonna get everybody back, and then I'm gonna kick everybody.
Oh, this is gold, dude.
Hey, Sexton.
You
Sexton,
figure you'd be better at this by
I'm
now.
watching live, and I'm like, where the hell is Paul going? And then we end up into the same damn room.
He's like Carmen San Diego.
I mean,
This is like fucking purgatory.
was that my fault?
No.
You know what, Paul? I put you in room 3. You can see. Well, you can't see my screen right now, but it says
Yeah.
George the Animal Steel in room 3. I guess it just didn't let you go in there. Hey, Yoda Muppets. What the? What? Oh my God.
Jeez.
All right, guys.
Cover command.
Yeah.
Hey.
The talent man just
Awesome.
showed up. So I'm gonna open rooms up again, Paul. We're gonna see if you go. You're supposed to go to room 3. So let's see if that works.
Go to your room.
Fingers
Go to your
crossed.
room, Paul.
Here we go. Let's see.
Purgatory.
I had that master when we did Joe.
Well, I'm starting to think Brian doesn't like me, man.
Hold on, Randy Savage. I'm coming.
Everybody's moving. I think we got it this time. This is killer. All right, so I'm gonna. Yeah. Oh, Fred's still here. Are you okay, Fred?
Yeah, I'm going right now. So.
Oh, okay. I was afraid the tornado got you. All right, so I'm gonna go over to room 3.
Let's see.
No, he's going. There he is.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Fred was hanging out. I was making sure he was okay. So
Yeah, that mess doesn't look very breathable. I hope,
I'm
he
gonna pour.
doesn't pass out.
I'm gonna pour some more bubbly,
There you go.
and I'm gonna keep drinking champagne. I don't usually drink champagne, but I'm celebrating. What am I celebrating exactly?
I don't always drink
The
champagne,
fact
but when
that-
I do.
The fact that I screwed up 4 times tonight, and I still got 25 people watching. Thank you. Don't leave. It's gonna
You know,
get
you
better.
got a lot of practice in tonight. It was
We
good.
got a lot of practicing for the trivia show. Did I mention the trivia show? Yes, go to the trivia show eventually. All right, so Nick, my friend,
Yes.
this is my friend from work. We are both math teachers.
That's
and
right.
The funny story I tell to people on the podcast. I think I mentioned on the podcast. I said it's always my dream to like, and my wife is like, "This is your dream." I'm like, "Yeah, I want to go to Home Depot one day." And I want people to say, "Hey, are you the 80s toys in my attic guy?" And she's like, "Out of all the dreams in the world, like this is as big as you want to get." Like some.
Not like, is that your jet over there, right?
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. Is that your pass? I aim low. So, but I was working with Nick one day, and I was talking about 80s toys for my attic, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I love that page. I've been on it for a while." And that was almost my moment, because it wasn't like, "Hey," because I didn't have a podcast then. I was like, "That's me." And he's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I love that page." So Nick was actually a fan of my page before we ever met, so that's kind of neat. So we started talking about this, and Nick loves screwing around. We goof off. We eat lunch together every day and just screw around and goof off, and we talk about anything but work, because we both have the same mentality about life. We just need to have fun. We can't stress all the time. So he said, "Can I come on here and do Garbage Pail Kids?" I said, "Yes." So we're gonna do a podcast on that. But for this tonight, we're just gonna straight up me, you, and Paul. We're gonna talk about bracket number 3. Paul started up. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, and I think we got the winner in this bracket, to be honest with you.
Did you guys both agree?
I think we kind of were in agreement. We talked about it a little bit before, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Come on.
It's easy, right?
You know,
It's easy, right? Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you could blow in that thing till you passed out.
Metroid in there. Oh my God, just adding to the state. So,
I mean,
Paul,
come on.
let's hit the slideshow and let's see what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot more than NES, but I think that's where we're heading. I mean, I'd be surprised. So, who's doing odds?
Nick,
I'm gonna do odds. And let's be honest, first round to put Nintendo up against vibrating football. I mean, that's like taking a guy with an air gun, like a nail gun, and putting him up against a guy with a rock to put a nail in a piece of wood. Okay, the technology is just completely like different. I mean, I grew up. Every sleepover I had as a kid, all we did was stay up all night to try and beat Castle Transylvania or Zelda or some type of game like that. Zelda had a save button, but Castle Transylvania, George, like didn't. You know, you had to try to beat it before morning.
You might be a math teacher, Nick, but your English analogies are fantastic. I like the because you're right. This is technology. And here's the other thing that I wanted to tell people about the bracket. Not all these toys were made in the 80s, but if they were big in the 80s and we play with them in the 80s, they're showing up in here. And vibrating football showed up, and I've done posts on vibrating football. I compared it to the Benny Hill show. And when you set up the perfect plays, and you're like, this guy's going to go here, this guy's going to go there. You start off, and it's like, and they're all over the goddamn place. And
always going the wrong way.
They're always going the wrong way. And you're like, what the? I spent an hour setting that play up. And then the worst thing is the ball. The ball's the size of a flea. So they're like, oh yeah, throw this. If you could throw that ball and hit somebody, you should be on an NFL team. I'm going to tell you that right now. You should be playing NFL football if you could throw that little flea ball.
Well, you had one with a ball. we didn't have a ball. I had Green Army men on it.
That's it?
That was it. We got it at a yard sale. We didn't get the guys with it.
You know which one I had? I had the 85 Bears versus Patriots one, and I loved it. Like, you had the numbers. You had 72 for the fridge. You had all of it. And then one day, I don't give my toys away or sell them except for I traded my NES for the Atari for the NES. I did stuff like that with electronics, but toys, no. But this vibrating football, I started playing guitar and I needed an amp when I was like 18, 19 years old. And the guy wanted a vibrating football game. I'm like, that's kind of weird because I have one. It's the only trade I ever did. So I traded that. The amp is still kicking. It was a great trade. But Nick, I agree with your analogy as far as that's an old ass game over there that didn't work properly against something where you can play against Dracula and Castlevania. Or you can play in Metroid. You can do all that. So, Paul, you're an old school. You have an old school NES with you and everything. You're obviously going NES, right?
Oh, I'm going NES all the way. I never forget the first time that I actually played one. Went to a friend's house and he had the robot. That was the first time I saw it.
He had Rob.
I mean, I didn't know how spoiled I was at that moment.
Yeah.
But it was like I was looking at like some alien spacecraft or something, right? You couldn't even fathom what it was.
Gold.
And playing the robot, and obviously Mario came with it, and get my ass kicked when I was first playing it. But Nintendo all the way.
NES is so. I remember I went to Disney World between 5th and 6th grade in the summer, and they had Super Mario Brothers, the arcade game, at the resort. I played that so much, and I did that more than anything else. I cared about that more than Disney. And then I came home and I saw Nintendo. And I was used to the Atari. When you would go buy Donkey Kong for the Atari 2600, you're all excited. The cover looks great. It's got the cabinet. You go home, and Donkey Kong looks like dog shit. Donkey Kong looks like he doesn't look like Donkey Kong. NES, I brought it home. I put in the free Mario Brothers game that came with it, Super Mario Brothers, and I yelled out, "Holy shit, Mom, it looks just like the game." And my mom goes, "It does." Well, watch your mouth, Michael. But it does. So it was another level, and we spent so much time talking about number one. But I think there's a reason for that.
Yeah, when Christmas rolled around, you'd call your friends first thing. What game did you get?
What game did you get?
What game did you get? Where are we meeting? Yep. And we used to rotate. We made sure we all didn't get the same game.
You don't want the same game, no.
Yeah, we don't want the same game because we're sharing all the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was groundbreaking.
I recently played Zelda not that long ago on my son's Switch, just trying to beat it all over again. I got to use I got to use Mike's hand-drawn map to help me out and get through it.
I played, for those of you who don't know, I played the game over a few years ago, and I don't like to look at maps or anything online or whatever. So I made my own map. I wish I had the slideshow for that tonight. But that map, if Nick used that map, he really played that game hard that day because he didn't make it easy on himself because that map looked like shit. So let's go to number 2. Paul, Rubik's Cube or Simon?
Well, the Rubik's Cube, the only time I ever solved it, I took the stickers off, like many of us did.
That's how you win.
Or I pulled the cube apart and put it back together. I wasn't even trying to solve this thing.
Reverse engineering.
Yeah. I didn't even. I mean, I maybe took like 1 minute at it, and I was like, "Yeah, this isn't happening." And Simon Says I actually love that game and was pretty damn good at it. So I'm gonna take Simon in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick?
I'm gonna agree with him. Now, look, kids these days, they're great at the Rubik's Cube. You know it. Kids are solving it in a couple of seconds. But we didn't have YouTube to teach us how to do it.
No.
We had to do it on our own.
Well, you guys are math teachers. Apparently, there's some algorithm.
There is.
There is an algorithm.
We didn't know.
We didn't know it.
Yeah.
No.
I had a kid last year. Remember, little Nicholas. Last year or two, I could, and this is what I told the whole class. I said, if Nicholas, and I jumbled up as much as I could, if he can get it in under 30 seconds, everybody gets 5 extra points in their test today. No pressure, Nicholas. And he'd be like, oh, Mr. Miller, please don't do this to me. So, but man, he did it every time. He was amazing. There was a kid my first year of teaching back in 2002, 2003, and he was amazing too. World record style on those. I couldn't even believe it, like how fast they were. But back in the day, I'm pulling them apart. I'm changing the stickers around. But there is a set way where you can actually blindfold yourself and figure it out.
I have a nephew who showed me how to. He blindfolded himself and did it right in front of me.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you guys are both going Simon though. I'm going Rubik's because I think people are going to pick that. But for me, I love playing Simon. Those beep, beep, beep. I like the noises. I liked everything. I liked when you screwed up and it yelled at you. I liked everything about it. But I'm going to go Rubik's because I think that's what people are picking. But I'm not going to be surprised if Simon wins. Number 3, Paul asked me today. He said, handheld. What do you mean? And this is important because handhelds do not include Game Boy. I put Game Boy in. I put Game Boy in back in 2014, and it killed things. And so did NES. I didn't want that to happen again, so I'm not going to put Game Boy in. I remember Game Boy more around 89, close to 90. It's all right on the borderline, and I don't want the top right category to be a bunch of video games beating the shit out of vibrating footballs. I just don't want that to happen. So I took Game Boy out of this. But as far as handheld, here's what I mean. Those little Double Dragon games like you see. That little football game like you see. Also, even those arcade, they look like the tiny Pac-Man arcade cabinets. They look like the actual arcade games, and you would play them. That's what I mean. So don't include Game Boy in that. And for laser tag, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to throw in Photon, too. If you're a Photon guy, that counts in laser tag. So, Mr. Nick, what are you saying about number 3?
Look, I love the handhelds. When you could bring your video games to school with you, when you could take them on car rides with you, especially back when we were kids, we didn't have a phone or a tablet or nothing like that. You had nothing to do on a car ride. I remember sitting in the back of my dad's station wagon where the seats would open up, and you literally had your knees would touch the person across from you, and you had to face each other.
That's awesome. And
this was all you had, not to sit there and stare at your brother's beautiful eyes. Okay, but with that being said, we used to run around and try to shoot each other with fake guns all the time, and everybody was like, no, you missed, no, you hit me. Laser tag changed that game. You would run around all night, it lit up,
no more arguments.
The thing would go crazy, beep, beep, beep. You had 3 chances. When the 3rd chance, you were out, and there was no arguing. You were either hit or you weren't hit. No more fighting over it. I'm going to go laser tag.
It was a game changer, and I have a post that I did way long ago on Photon, that because I was a Photon guy, I didn't have laser tag, but same concept. And I went down to Wildwood one summer, and they had a Photon Stadium, and we went around, my dad and I, and we played. Well, he played 1 or 2 games, and he's like, "I'm gonna give you a pass for the whole day." And he paid. I played the whole. He wasn't doing that shit the whole time because there's a bunch of kids running around shooting him. He's like, "What the hell's going on?" I was in the Marine Corps. How dare you treat me this way? So that was it for him for Photon, but I played it so much and I loved it. But you had a point with the handhelds too. So Nick's going laser tag. Paul, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I gotta disagree on this one. I'm going handheld. I'll tell you that specific one that you have there, the football one. I've clocked more hours on that thing than I can remember. And you know, when I think back, it was hey, you know, go to bed. I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to bed early, Mom. I'd be under my blanket playing that thing.
Paul, it was a red dash, and that's all we need. It was so much fun. Because you had to be quick with your fingers. You're dodging people. But that's what it was. And I don't know if you can see it, and it's very far up. But on that shelf right below AT up there, I got the football and I got the baseball. And I loved the football one too.
I may still have mine in the basement. I gotta check. And Photon, I my cousins had it, I believe, and we used to play it. But I never really got too far into it. I know it was at the mall as well, right? And Mike, you were into it pretty deep.
I was, and I remember I bought my parents got me. They gave me a choice. They said, what do you want for Christmas?" And I picked the Photon over the other one. And then Christmas came, and every single person in town had laser tags. So you can imagine me with my Photon. So I found the one other lone wolf soldier, Sexton, who's in
Photon and GoBots.
GoBots and Photon, yeah, me and him. So they gave you
that's your hill.
They gave you a little like target thing that you could put around your chest. Well, I put that on my dog, and when he ran around, I would shoot him with my Photon thing. I would practice on him, and then I saw Sexton out there. He's got Photon, so now us two idiots are running around the woods shooting each other, while all the people at laser tag, 6 or 7 people, are having like this incredible match. And I'm like, I found you, and it was over. But I'm gonna go. I'm with Paul on this. I'm going handhelds. I think I just remember doing that. Photon was so much for me that one summer, but overall, playing those handhelds, that was consistent, and it made the difference. Number 4. So this Nerf was not in 2014. Neither was Skip It and Pogo Ball. But I actually gave everybody a bracket. Paul had the old bracket, it turned out. It had no Nerf. And Nick's like, at work like a month ago, he's like, "Where's Nerf?" And I'm like, "Nerf? I never had Nerf." You gotta have Nerf. So what does Nerf include? Nerf includes any Nerf ball from the 80s, any Nerf gun from the 80s, even those swords you used to joust with you. Nerf, anything Nerf from the 80s counts. Even the late 80s, where you had the spiral ball that you could throw 5 blocks down the street.
That was the one I was going to mention. That wins this category for me. Just that football alone.
So, Paul, based on that football alone, you got to go Nerf.
Yeah, it wins with a landslide. The thing that you jump on there, I don't even know is that the pogo thing?
I had the pogo ball, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I tried that once and I was like, yeah, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah, I used to pogo ball in my basement by myself a lot. I really thought in the future it would help my ninja.
You remember? Didn't they have people were trying to do like tricks with them and stuff?
Yeah, that was me in my basement. I was on a ping pong table. But there's that and there's Skip It. So I put them together to give them a little more clout. I don't know why, but Nick even said it one day at lunch. He's like, "I always put Skip It and Pogo Ball together." I said, "You know what, I do too." So I put them together. Skip It, I never owned it, but it was a big toy. So those two are going to go together. And Nerf, anything Nerf you can think of. So Nick,
and I feel like Skip It was. I never saw anybody in town with one of them.
Have you ever seen anybody use Skip It in West Connersville Heights?
Nah, they probably got their butts beat in if somebody saw them.
Why do you think I pogo balled in my basement? I didn't want people saying, "Look at this loser." But so Nick, what are you saying, Nerf or Skip It and Pogo?
I'll give a shout out to our coworker who's in the chat tonight, who said that Skip It was probably the best blunt force weapon you could probably find.
It's like a mate.
Exactly. But outside of that, the thing never worked.
Nick, is that mayhem, by the way? Is that who's in the chat? Is that okay?
Yes. I believe so. I'm not sure.
I think so. I thought that earlier.
I think so.
She said she had a different.
She's been talking about a lot of toys as weapons, so.
Hello, weapon. Miss Mayhem, we know who you are. Thank you for joining us. But yeah, that's all. Yeah, but she always talks about the weapons and what you can use, and Skip It was a great weapon that you could use.
Fill it with water, concrete in the end of that thing.
That's right. But come on, the Nerf Vortex. I mean, when you see the commercial, the kid ran like across continents. That's how you felt when you threw that thing. You felt like you could throw it across a whole entire football field.
Every kid was Dan Marino with that thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We used to play football. Paul and I and a bunch of kids in town, we used to play right where the park was.
Yeah.
Right? And that street was a great street to play. But one time we played on my street, Delaware Avenue. And Phil Sciaretto.
Yeah.
Man, I don't remember who the quarterback was, but they launched this ball so far, and I saw Phil go out and running. I watched this happen. He ran into a parked car so hard, he ended up on the windshield. So this ball not only went like a block or two down the street, but it also threw off all sense of perception.
And it was easy to catch too. It was pretty easy to catch. You just put your hands on it and grab real hard.
It was, it was. Oh my God, it was so. So Nick, I'm sorry. Which one are you picking?
I'm going Nerf.
So we're all.
It's got to be Nerf. Between that and the guns, I mean, the guns were amazing. Come on.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of guns in the 80s for the Nerf ball.
No, I don't think there were, but
there were guns, and they're counted.
Yeah,
they're all included. So anything Nerf related. I remember that second picture from Silent Ball. That's what that was. When we played Silent Ball or anything, we used that Nerf ball. So that brings back good memories.
Right.
Yeah.
But what about number 5? What do we have in store?
Right,
I've been drinking. I forget.
This one's a no-brainer to me.
Oh yeah, here's another one. Come on.
That's a picture of me from 1983 playing with my speak and spell.
That was you in high school, right?
You're not too far off. No, that's not really me. But that is what I look like as a kid. Stupid blind. But I never owned a speak and spell. So Paul, Nick. I'm sorry, Nick. What are you saying?
I actually did own a speak and spell, and you could type some fun words and make it talk it, make it say it. Okay, that was the best part about the speak and spell, though. But let's be honest. I mean, outside of trying to do your homework, and I'm a math guy, I've never been a language arts guy, so I need to learn how to spell everything.
You hear that?
That thing was great. But with that being said, I mean, come on. Atari, for its generation, but we're a little bit right before Nintendo, you couldn't beat that thing. That thing was amazing.
You can't beat it. So, Paul, you're a big speak and spell guy. What do you think about this?
I mean, English was easily my worst subject.
Easy for me too.
Easily, I was not going near this speak and spell thing. No. I mean, I appreciated that it was speaking and all that. That was ahead of its time.
It's very nice for it to talk to you.
Very nice, but sorry.
So you're going to Atari too. The only speak and spell I remember back in the day was Juflo. I used to go over his house, and I had all action figures. He never had anything like that. He had footballs and speak and spells and stuff. So I wrote a post one time. I left his house. My IQ always went up by 20 because he had more thoughtful toys like this. Even though I'm typing F-U-C-K, you spelled, you know what I mean? So that's what I was doing it. But they had a lot of cool games on it too, where you could almost I think they had hangman type games. But Atari, oh my God, it's the first console that we had in our houses. Some people might have had Pong or whatever, just a singular Pong.
Remember Decathlon? You used to rub a hole into your hand.
Oh my God, my palm still has a hole in it from that.
That plastic around the joystick always broke. It was 90% because of that game.
Nick, I have an Atari on the other side of the screen. And the controller with it, it's white because it has it doesn't have a top to it. But it was great. I remember one Christmas, my sister was an Asteroids fan and I was a video pinball fan, and we got the Atari with those two games, and it was unbelievable. We played nonstop. And then later on, when Pac-Man came out, even though it looked like the biggest piece of shit you ever seen in the world, it looked nothing like the video game. But when that came out, I remember Sexton. Not only him, but there were parents. We were the first on the street to get it. There were parents over my house laughing and playing with it. It was it was unbelievable back in the day. It was Pac-Man fever. It hit people, and it was awesome. So I'm going Atari too.
Yeah, that was I think the first controller I actually tried to eat. I was so pissed off at the couch. I ate the top of the.
You say that, and I tried to eat it too. You're absolutely right. I chewed it. I was so freaking angry at it. Yeah, and then you had games like Circus and Kaboom where you had the circular one where you would spin it. Remember?
Oh,
that?
yeah.
I used to try and spin that thing till it goddamn broke off because I couldn't get the Kaboom that landed in the right thing. So number 6, I'm almost mad that Paul didn't pick Evans because he's a huge RC guy. I know he likes this type of stuff.
Paul did pick Evans.
Yeah, I mean, obviously
he's got the lunch box right behind him.
Yeah.
Hand painted.
So that was the line right there. Paul, Nick, before you make your pick, I think I know what you're going to pick.
This is Paul's pick, bud.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he's Evans.
You guys are you guys picked. You chose wisely. All right. Yeah. So Paul, back in the day, Mount Ephraim, right on Kings Highway.
Oh yeah, the hobby shop.
Yeah. I used to go there, and I wish my camera did a 360 through the whole room. But I have over here a grasshopper box, midnight pumpkin box, and a hornet box. It was all the same company that did it. And I used to sit up, yeah, exactly. I used to sit and stare at them. And my dad brought the Hornet home out of nowhere one night. And I was like, oh my God. And we put it together. It was so much fun. And then every time I ran it into a curb, I had to bring it to him. He had to fix everything that broke on it because I just kept breaking it over and over again. Eventually, I got a new bumper at the hobby shop that took an impact.
I mean, they were expensive.
They were expensive. These were not like toys that you went and you're like, oh, $30.
I think it was like $200.
$200, yeah.
Yeah, $200 back in the day. That was like, I don't know, what's that, like $5,000 now?
So the Hornet's $200. I always kept looking at the Fox, and the Fox I looked up there, and the Fox had to be 3 something. It had a different motor. I put different motors into my Hornet, but it was awesome. And then a few years.
You got the the nice round motor.
Oh my God!
This one's got a roller skate sparks on it. I put on it. When it wheelies, it sparks.
Listen, it's a little late tonight, but maybe next week, me and you. But we made ramps. We all had them in town. And then the funny thing is we did a project in high school. I think it was called Industrial Skills. I forget it was, but it was Mr. Smith, a little guy looked like Barney Rubble. Across from Bissinger's room. We would we sold stuff and we made money, a little memo pad, and with that money we bought a Hornet, and we all put it together, and that was the thing. And then we did a raffle, and guess who won? I won another Hornet. I owned 2 Hornets at that point. I was in my glory. So I got, my heart says RC cars on this one. Paul, what are you thinking?
I mean this is a no-brainer. That one I built a couple years ago. I own a few of them now. I always have my eye on it. I think my next one's the Hot Shot.
The Hot Shot. Oh,
I'm Tamiya all the way. I mean the new ones, the gas and the electric motors they have now that they're like vacuum cleaner motors on these things. They're ridiculously fast. You can kill kids with them.
That's not giving anybody ideas.
Yeah, I mean, you could literally, if you run into somebody with this thing, they're going to the hospital.
Right.
But the Tamiya ones, you could take a blow from them.
They were so good.
Yeah, I never forget the first one I got. I had the Falcon.
The Falcon, yes, the Falcon, Grasshopper, and Hornet. I feel like they were the 3.
They were kind of same colors. Yeah, same frame. Spent a week building it. Very expensive. It was the only gift I got that Christmas because my parents had to take out like loans and credit cards for this thing.
Well, there was three brothers in that house.
Yeah, I never forget. First day out, I'm driving it. Buddy's there. Tim Meekins, you remember him? Give him the controller. What's he do? Pins it right into the curb.
Hey Tim, if you're watching this.
It explodes in half. That was it. Oh my
God!
And I'm sitting there going, I'm like, really?
The chassis broke.
It just snapped in half, the whole thing. So first day, and I had to go back in and went to my dad and be like, I need a new frame. Like, you find out.
My dad's like, what? Are you an idiot? What are you doing?
Oh, and then what do you do? What do you do? Hot glue, right? Hot glue. Hot glue. So that's how I learned how to weld plastic.
Nick, you don't know Paul, but we call him MacGyver. You should see the stuff he did in his garage. Like first of all, he built a garage that's gigantic. It looks like an aircraft hangar. It's the stuff he can do is amazing. And I now I know where it all started because he used to. Tim Meekins used to.
It all started with his only Christmas gift.
His only Christmas gift. Tim Meekins came over and broke it.
Yeah.
So Nick, what are you thinking? Are you going RC cars? Or are you going the guy? That guy's in big trouble in that slip and slide.
He's got some serious air there.
He's got some air, and I don't think that's going to end up good.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like we were talking about this earlier, slip and slides were great. First of all, they were great because somebody always got hurt. Either it wasn't wet enough and you got burns from it, or there was a giant rock underneath, and next thing you know, you got a scar from like the top of your chest all the way to your hip.
Or even the spikes that you put down to hold it in.
Yes. Yep. Or you went too fast and you went over and you have like grass, you're like a mouthful of grass and everything because there's nothing at the end to stop you.
Dude, I never understood this toy at all. When I looked at this and I saw people using it and I'm standing looking at it and I'm like, I'm gonna start jumping on this. I'm like,
yes.
This was like
the ultimate way to hurt yourself. It was people have literal scars. I know people with scars on their body to this day from rocks and other things underneath of it. Yes, but I was the same way. Bob's Hobby Shop. He always had the track outside every Saturday. We'd go up there right around noon and we'd all race. Everybody would bring their stuff. I remember the day I got the grasshopper. That was my first one.
So you got the
then I moved up.
Nice.
I got the grasshopper. That was my first one. I remember the first time I moved over from the regular controller to the one with the wheel on the side. It was like the most amazing thing that ever happened in the world to me. And like you said, that Fox, that was like my golden apple, man. That's all I wanted. I'd walk into Bob's Hobby Shop every day and I'd look at that Fox. And that's the only thing. I saved up all my money one summer just to get that Fox.
Did you get the Fox?
I did get the Fox at one point. It was amazing. And I think I raced it like 3 times and like it. Yeah, someone blew it up. It was. But
it was fast though. I bet, those 3 times were magical.
Yes, but I'm telling you, it was like I thought I was like the king of the world when I got that thing. So yeah, some of my greatest memories come from those RC cars.
Yeah.
All right, so we're all going RC, and Nick's. Well, Paul's a little younger too. You guys are both a few years younger than me, but these RC cars hit all of us easily.
Yes.
So number 7 is Nick. I could see Nick riding around on that big wheel right there.
You're darn right, man. Look at that. I'll to this day I'll ride around that big wheel.
So a little before we go on, just so you guys know, big wheels. I count anything that's plastic with wheels on it. I used to have one with 6 wheels with little handles on the side that I rolled around like this. And so I'm counting anything plastic with wheels. And also with Dungeons and Dragons, as you can see, I'm including the game and the figures. So just
are we counting like the electric motorized ones too?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Do they count?
I would think so. We got to put them somewhere.
So okay, they'll go with the big wheels. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do electric motorized ones, and if they didn't exist in the '80s, Paul.
Oh, they existed.
But I mean, if Paul didn't get one in the '80s, him and his family could have easily rigged one, and I'm sure.
We did.
I'm sure they probably made one.
Yes.
The whole family's like him. They're all doing that. And his brother just got married, by the way. Happy. Congratulations, sir. I doubt he's watching a 1980s Toy Page show right now.
Never know.
But you never know. But congratulations to him and Michelle. So, Nick, what are you picking on this one?
Dungeons and Dragons were huge. They were iconic. People loved them. Like, it was the ultimate fantasy game for its time. Those books were giant. My son, he's obsessed with Dungeons and Dragons right now. It's all he does is play it. Those big wheels were pretty cool also. The only down part about that big wheel I'm going to say was eventually those plastic tires always cracked right down the middle. That front one would always have this big giant crack, and then the thing was worthless afterwards. But
it's true.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons, even though I love fantasy movies, fantasy games, fantasy everything. But those big wheels, I mean, especially when they came out with the one where you could pull, I don't know if it was in the 80s, but where you could pull the thing and actually do like a 360.
Yeah.
That was awesome. When you could go down the hill and you're flying and that thing is all over the place and you pull that one thing up and you're like, I mean, you felt like you were like in a race car. All right. So for that reason, for the thrill element alone, I'm going big wheels.
So you're going big wheels. How about you, Paul?
Yeah, I'm going big wheels too. That specific one there in the picture, you see it's got an adjustable seat as well, so you can kind of grow with that.
Yeah.
Well, eventually I grew out of that, and my oldest brother snapped that thing right in half going down. I think about 8 steps he drove it down, and that was it. We threw that one out.
All right.
then I got my next one, and I don't know why I used to fill it with water like all the time and drop it around.
Yeah. It made no sense, but you could put some weight in it with a little water.
Yeah, I found it had holes in some places, and you used to fill that thing with water, and water would be flying out of it as you're riding.
You remember Billy Wolf, right, back in the day?
Yep.
This is what we used to do. We used to take all my big wheels down to the Walt Whitman Bridge where we used to sled down.
Oh, yeah.
We used to take these big wheels and we used to go down on them.
And those are serious hills.
Those are serious hills. And there's nothing between us and the like cousin Eddie said, nothing between us and some plastic.
I mean, that's like 45 degrees at least.
It was a steep hill. It's right where you go off of the Black Horse Pike onto the Walt Whitman Bridge. So there's that ramp, and it's a nice hill. But we used to ride them down, and it was awesome. So, but at the same time, I never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I loved the video game. But that was in the '90s on my computer, and I have the figures. You can see the Fortress of Fangs up on that side, and there's a lot of figures. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I'm voting for Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm picking Big Wheels because there's no way. It's a girl toy, it's a boy toy, it's an everybody toy. Big Wheels is going.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about the electric ones that I had and all that.
No,
all that
even
fun.
just that basic one, like you said.
Yeah.
Just the fact you can adjust the seat and you can grow with it, even though I didn't.
You could still fit in it up to like senior year of high school.
Senior year of high school when I wrestled 103. I could ride. I could wrestle. So I could ride that little big wheel to every practice. So anyway. The big wheel, I'm gonna go with the win, but like I said, my heart says D&D.
I agree.
Yeah, so I think we all agree with the big wheel. So what about number 8? Mad Balls was not in the competition in 2014, and that's a big mistake on my part because that was a huge deal with playing.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was one we talked about too, right?
Yeah,
Mad Balls.
Nick brought up Nerf and Mad Balls. So
common theme.
Yeah. So if put it this way, I wrote a will the other day for my toy page, and Nick, you're in it. So you might own a toy page one day. You, Paul, and everybody in this broadcast, you're all going to own a toy page because you all helped me so much. Because I screwed up back in 2014. Nerf should have been in it. Mad Balls should have been in it. But here it is now, and I believe this is Paul, right?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta take Mad Balls on this one. I mean, all the different characters. This is like Garbage Pail Kids, but with like Nerf balls. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I look at this. I mean, the characters they had, it was very edgy back in the day. You could wing these things at your friends' heads, and like.
Well, Paul, you remember
trade them?
You remember playing Execution on the Harley Davidson wall?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. We could play right there where they sold Harley Davidson. It was the perfect parking lot to play with it. And
I mean, these I feel like hung out with muscle men, like you know what I mean. Like
these guys were edgy.
Yeah.
Like Garbage Pail Kids and Muscle Men.
Yeah.
And there was actually one that was named Crackhead. I didn't post one. They had to change the name or do something with it because I guess you didn't want to offend crackheads. So we say we're politically correct today. Back in the 80s. We didn't want to offend crackheads, so I don't know which one of these 6 are crackheads, but one of them is. So, Nick, what do you say?
I remember when you posted something about crossbows and catapults on the toy page once, and it was like, it sparks. I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot about that game. And I've actually been looking for this game because I want to play it again. I loved crossbows and catapults as a kid, but the more iconic to me is the Mad Balls because I grew up and they were like, first of all, they were like trade tokens, man. Everybody was trading Mad Balls. People wanted this one. People wanted that one. And another great aspect, like you said, you wing at people's head, you put them in water and you squeeze them and you let them go and you throw it at somebody. That thing weighed like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
You would hit them and like boom, and it would like it was great.
And if you can hit them in the privates, bonus.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Nick, you brought up crossbows and catapults, and I once again on the other side of the screen, I have a shelf with my entire set. I was so happy because there's a lot of little figures in that. That you got knocked down. I have all of them. I'm looking at it. I got the Trojan horse that shoots from his tail, the shield.
Yeah.
It was my favorite game. I never owned a Mad Ball in my life. This is where I come clean. I never had one, but my friends did. So I'm going to vote crossbows and catapults, but I know for a fact Mad Balls is winning.
Yeah, this was the hardest one for me in this category. I actually went back and forth twice on this one.
Yeah, but I think you chose wisely. I think Mad Balls is going to win. And but I think I'm almost mad at myself. I kind of wish I gave crossbows and catapults speaking spell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too. I wish you gave them someone else. Like,
because that's a great game, and that got wiped
Dungeons
out.
and Dragons. Switch those two up.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's what should
But
happen.
yeah, just to
And it's game
recap,
versus game.
Dude,
just to
that would be
recap
good.
the whole bracket.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
okay, so this is
hands
the last
down.
question. I've
Yeah.
asked
we're all
everyone
playing for
so far.
second. They're all playing for second.
Playing for second.
So this is the last question I have is. So these are all my picks. Who's going to win this bracket?
No, that's hands down.
NES.
It's you
Yeah.
can't.
I could have just
Like-
entered Metroid itself in this.
That would have won.
That would've won.
So I'm going NES 2 for this bracket, just so you guys know. But thank you guys both for showing up. We are now. I can't believe we're an hour and 49 minutes in. I did not mean for it to go this long. but my friend the other day, Brian, he's like, "How long is it going to be?" I'm like, 30 to 45 minutes. He's like, "I'll take the over on the 45." And I said, "You're absolutely right." So
He's
here
obviously
we are.
had conversations with you
I actually
before.
have Jenny and Casey saying they got to sign off soon, so I'm going to try and speed up.
All right.
Let's go to room 4. But guys, thank you so much for coming. You were perfect. I will. Let's try and get these rooms right now and not screw up
All right.
this time like I do every time. Nick, hang
All
out
right.
for a little bit. We'll be back
Yeah.
at the very end for the giveaway in the final 4.
All right.
See you later, buddy. All
Bye,
right,
guys.
So, George the Animal Steel. Move to 4. Join. Jenny and
Love my
Casey, hang
shit.
on.
Oh
Don't
my
give
God!
Up on us.
Hey, hey, oh,
Jenny
hey!
and Casey, don't give up on us. I know it's getting late. Yeah, I'm about to lose some people, but but these are my closers. This is everything the Mets need in their life right now, right, Sean?
Take it easy. Take it easy.
So
Come on, man. You had me at RC cars.
Brian, the one time me and you had the same controller, the same frequency, I used to control your brother's car, and he used to hit the curb all the time.
Oh, and he used to blame me because he always when I had a controller, and he used to piss him off.
There's Woodrow right there, way over. Thank you for coming, though. He's
Woody!
my game guy. Yeah, Woody's here. But way over. But Woody, you know our conversation we had? I'm counting those hours, man. So here we go. We're doing all right. So, guys, thank you for waiting. Other rooms, please wait. Stay till the end. I'm sorry it's taking.
I'm
so
half
long.
in the bag, bro.
Dude, I better sell down with the champagne because I'm.
I could tell. I could tell, bro.
Yeah, I'm hitting it hard.
You're feeling bubbly.
Dude, if Jericho's bubbly, I'm double bubbly right now. So here we are, room 4. You're my closers. You are my experts. I call bracket 4 pop culture, but it's a little mix of everything. But it's got things like the Dukes of Hazzard kit, stuff that was very pop culture-ish. Now, before we start, I offered this to every room. Sean, plug your stuff. What do you got?
Oh, all right. Well,
Thank you, Wood.
starting off, man. You and I, full disclosure, me and the guy Jack Baxter here, we recorded an episode for my YouTube page where we're going to be talking pretty much exclusively 90s wrestling. But that's still in the process of being
King
edited.
of the Ring.
Yes.
And it was, I was so tired that night, but I had so much fun. It was a great.
It was a
podcast.
great
I
discussion.
think
So
it
that was a
good.
1993 King of the Ring. That'll be the first to drop. That's under Hills Happy Hour, Sean Hills Happy Hour on YouTube. I'm gonna start a page soon as well, or not a page. I'm gonna do the group thing like you did just to promote it. But other than that,
and I'll plug all your stuff on my page. We'll get you rolling. You're gonna
Appreciate
do
it,
trivia with me on here, and then what we're gonna cross over to is pro wrestling trivia on your page.
Absolutely.
And we're going to make all that work. So the YouTube is a hard animal to take over. But
Yeah.
we're going to try to at least make it work. And if we can make a few people happy every Tuesday night with some trivia, I'm all for it. 'Cause tonight,
I mean, the way I figure the people that are really into 90s pro wrestling, if they want to tune in, even if it's not that many viewers, man, we just like bullshitting and talking about wrestling, period.
It.
So
and
let's make some videos.
That's tonight, Sean. I planned on tonight being 30 to 45 minutes, which I completely screwed up. But I'm having so much fun talking to you guys.
Yeah, this is good though. You guys have been going. I watched the whole thing live, and I had to do a couple chores around the house while I waited, but I had it on in the background listening to you guys.
I'm sorry so much for keeping all of you for so long, but I think every room you can attest. Well, not you guys yet, but the other rooms, we had a good time. We talked a lot, and I'm having a great time tonight. So I'm just letting it roll. if people are leaving and coming, I don't even know at this point. But all I know is I just like having fun, and tonight is a lot of fun. And Brian, you have a page that I don't even want to mention on YouTube.
Oh.
But no, it's called Dudley's Bicycle Shop. If anybody's ever watched Different Strokes and they saw the bicycle shop episode, my man Brian has a page with with Sean's brother PW3, Paulie. It's something else. So check it out. There's your plug, and I'm going to end it there.
Okay.
Before my YouTube gets canceled. No, honestly, it's not that bad. They post they post more controversial stuff than I ever did, but I'm really playing up. It's a funny page, and they do a lot of.
But none of it's really, really nasty.
No, none of it's nasty at all. So you guys are going to do the pop culture. Paul, do you want to start up the thing before I lose some people?
There we go.
Let's go.
There we go.
All right.
Why is it saying that up there? Okay. So who picked odds in this situation?
Well, I think we decided I was going to go with odds.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go from there.
You are starting with Hot Wheels. And let me tell everybody that's playing, first of all, who are going to be voting, Hot Wheels is going to include what you see, the regular Hot Wheels, the cars, the this and that, but also the electric racetracks that you can have when you go around. So it includes
slot cars.
Yes, slot cars, exactly. It includes all of those things. And even the Hot Wheel racetracks. I had Gator Alley, that was pretty cool. And my pet monster, by the way, I wish I owned one right now. I looked on eBay the other night. I can't believe how much these things go for. But I don't. So, but I would sell it. I don't sell toys. I'd sell that thing. All right. So, Sean, what do you, my little jabroni? So anyway, Sean, what are you picking for number one?
Well, full disclosure, anybody watching,
tell everybody.
I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. I just made the cutoff. I was born in 1989, but as a little kid, I did experience a lot of these toys as a real young kid in the early 90s. But Hot Wheels is everlasting, man. Like, Hot Wheels is one of those things that'll stand the test of time, and they're still going. So I based a lot of my answers on that, and I'm going with my gut. With this one, I gotta go with Hot Wheels, man. There's still stuff out there. There's still stuff on shelves.
It doesn't stop. Yeah, it's like
I had them in the 90s. My brother had them in the 80s. My little cousins had them in the 2000s. My kids have them now. It just keeps going, man. And the tracks get better and better. And I mean, my first experience with Hot Wheels was a track that looked just like that, dude, with the loops. And it just I lived in a single wide trailer, and that thing would go flying into the wall because I didn't have a lot of room. But I made the most of my space with that thing, and I'd have it down the hallway.
They got moving, yeah.
Probably the single most hand-me-down toys in this group had to be the Hot Wheels and the Matchbox cars.
Not for me. I'm not giving that shit to anybody. But yeah, you're right though. Yeah, everybody hands the. Yeah, exactly. So Brian, I didn't have a lot of Hot Wheels in the car. I got a set behind me that you can't see. It's actually lower than me. But I have a decent set of Hot Wheels. I mainly just bought the cars I kind of liked, like a Duke's car or Mustangs, stuff like that. I like the ones where you would you crash them into something and they would flip over. I like those. But I wasn't a huge Hot Wheels guy, but it's iconic. There's no way in hell I'm putting my house on this. There's no way in hell my pet monster beats Hot Wheels. There just isn't. So Sean and Brian, I can't disagree. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Number two. Now I couldn't find E.T. I don't know how to explain this, but it's everything. It's that's my count. That's my actual ET collection right there. Whether it's it really is the board game, the Atari game, which is infamous. The dolls. The one in the middle. If you pull the back, it talks. Mine doesn't talk. If you pull the back, it goes. It just vomits on you. And the one all the way on the left is some sort of like you bought it at like a newspaper shop. And it did the boxing exactly. It's so cool, but there's no way it was licensed by ET.
Hell no.
So when I say ET, and that one, the second one, I painted that when I was a kid. So when I say ET, I mean everything. So anything ET related you had, and then we have color forms. So not just Smurfs, obviously, any color forms you can think of. So Brian, knowing that information, what do you think the people will pick for this one?
They're definitely got to go with the ET. Like you said, it's like E.T. came out right after Star Wars. After Star Wars had all that mass marketing and all that, and Steven Spielberg did exactly the same thing. E.T. was all over the place. Glasses, figurines, everything.
Yep.
Although, like, color forms were decent, it was just like, oh, look, we're going to have Batman swing off a roof right here. You put them on there. Okay, we take them off.
Yep.
But
you weren't impressed, is what you're saying.
No, it was just color forms was more like a 10-minute like time killer. It's like keep the kid busy while mom's making you lunch or something.
Yeah.
Sean?
Oh man, like I said, this is a little out of my wheelhouse here, but shameless plug time. I did a little video with Jack called Most Inappropriate Toys.
I don't have that on the shelf, by the way.
No. Jack,
that's in the other room.
Jack couldn't put this one in because there's a good chance it'd be edited out by the good people at YouTube. But they had this little finger that resembled how do we say it?
An appendage.
Part of a horse, we'll say.
Part of a horse. Yeah.
And it glowed at the end, and that made it for me. I hate to agree with Brian on everything here because it kind of takes away from the controversy, but just to add some controversy. That little wiener finger was a good one, so I'm gonna go with E.T.
That wiener finger was a good one. It's probably the biggest post that I have. When I post E.T. finger, people go crazy. I wish I had that up there. I did own it as a kid. I don't know what. Like I said on the podcast we did, I think my parents just secretly got rid of that when they realized, holy shit.
Were color forms related to Shrinky Dinks, or?
You know what? I kind of put them together.
E.T. doesn't know a thing about Shrinky Dinks. He doesn't know a damn thing about Shrinky
Dinks. And that's exactly why you were on the Inappropriate Show episode.
I apologize.
No, please, listen, I'm half a bottle of champagne down at this point. I figured on an hour show, I'm like, I get a little buzz. I am 2 hours in right now drinking champagne, so we'll be lucky if the giveaway goes according to plan. It will, don't worry, people. But the ET
free stuff, everybody, chime in.
Yes, chime in, please. But so I always put the favorite on the left. That's the seeded one. I'm actually going color forms here, I think, because I like to go girl-boy toys, and I think ET's gender neutral. I think color forms are. Here's the funny thing. So when we go through all these, I post my bracket. Watch it say ET. Because right now I've been drinking champagne, and I'm like, you know what? I like color forms. But
yeah.
but 10 minutes from now when we show my bracket, it's going to be like, oh.
Let's play devil's advocate here.
That's the champagne talk.
So let's wait to see what I pick because I'm not sure. But right now I'm thinking color forms. Who the hell knows?
Thinking color forms.
All right. So number 3, Sean. You got Happy Meal toys versus now these are action figures, and I there's so many better action figures in the top left category. So I moved my beloved. I love them so much. The Universal Monsters. I'm a big Universal Monsters fans from the 30s. I love those movies. I moved them over to this bracket. I consider it kind of pop culture-ish. So where are you going?
Well, so here's the thing with me is like I'd mentioned before. I'm gonna go based off. I'm just picking from the gut here. Considering this is an 80s page, I think the Remco monsters are going to get a lot of love. And man, those Happy Meal toys, even into the late 80s, early 90s, like the ones you're showing here from back in the day, man, like they don't make them like that anymore, dude. Just took my kids to McDonald's, and you don't even get what's promoted. You get like a half a stuffed animal. But back then,
you got
it was almost like it was almost like going to the amusement park when you went to McDonald's, dude. And because of that, I know I'm picking favorites here, but because of that, I got to go with the Happy Meal toys.
No, you're right. Like every time we went around, so I have a lot of Happy Meal toys that I collected over the years, and every week you'd be like, another Kermit. Don't you have the Fozzies out yet? Do you have Miss Piggy? Anything? My mom would be arguing with the wah 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 over the thing. Like, give me the Kermit, give me the something. But it was. You were getting something, and you were happy. I remember being so excited. Even the box that they came in, or the little UFOs that they came in, or the plastic, whatever. Happy Meals were iconic. So Brian, you grew up the same time as me. Yeah. You're old like me. You're not a young man like Sean. What do you think about this one?
Well, first off, I gotta give you mad props on the Remco because every time while we were younger, because we played the Star Wars together, we played G.I. Joe together. they always ended up in that friggin' Frankenstein's lab or whatever that
Well,
Remco
you
thing.
can see it. It's up there next to the robots, right underneath that.
I mean, when I think of 80 toys, of course I think of you and your page. I always have to think about that Remco set.
So are you picking Remco's to win? Or?
No, but once again, it's like you got to go with everybody else. It's like you got to take your personal memories because everybody's going to go with the Happy Meals.
You got to take your personal memories and just flush them down the toilet for this.
Because while we got older, the Happy Meal toys got better.
Yes.
Now they were giving you freaking Pokemon cards in the Happy Meals and crap like that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with me, and like just to segue this into the Happy Meal, whether it was them in the 80s and then into the 90s, and they have gotten better if you get what they're promoting. But sometimes that doesn't happen.
Sometimes you don't even get it.
I'll say this: in the 80s, those things were badass, and there was a comment on here about the what did they say? I think it was taken away, but. There was the chicken nugget toys that came with the Halloween bucket and stuff like that.
I just saw that, but yeah, she's right.
But I remember those as well. But I'll tell you this: towards the end of the '80s, it probably fell off because I think Burger King had them beat in the '90s. Man, they were putting out some good shit. But it was with the Pokemon and all that stuff. But he's right. Now they're doing it again, but it's not what it used to be, man. Like I said, it used to be like an extravaganza when you went.
Yeah.
It was like, what am I getting? And now
it's not like it used to be, but. We all agree Happy Meals is winning this. Fred, can you make sure Jeff gets back on? I'll get everybody back in, but just have him come back on. We lost Jeff due to connection. Because this tonight has turned into the Catalina wine mixer, by the way. I was joking, but it really has. So number 4, Brian, do you want to play with some Play-Doh or do you want to play with some Dorks? Oh, number 3, by the way, I'm going Happy Meals. Yeah, in case I didn't say it. I love my Remco's, but I'm going to go Happy Meals. Brian, number 4, what are you thinking for Play-Doh? There he is. Look at Dwork. He's looking you in the eye.
Yeah, I would give I'd give the Boglins all due credit, but when you see Dwork in action, he just doesn't sell it for you.
Ah, come on!
I mean,
he's got a point.
The difference between Play-Doh and Dwork is Dwork has arms. But
I'm just laughing at the fact that I'm 45 years old and I'm arguing a Dwork right now. He does have arms, yes. But
I have Play-Doh in this one because the Play-Doh sets in this where it's like they were another great toy that cross-marketed. Like you had the He-Man with the Play-Doh, you had the Star Wars with the Play-Doh.
You're right.
You had the hairdressing.
You had McDonald's with the Play-Doh.
Yeah, that's huge, man.
Yeah.
Everything was Play-Doh. So, Sean, do you agree? What are you thinking about these?
Well, I was on the fence about this, but then I remembered.
Sean, I want to remind you something. You had a finishing line on a podcast. Dwork cut you off and took your line.
Yeah, he's first off, that little jerk stepped all over me.
What?
Second off, he made fun of professional wrestling, but we're not going to go there now.
Wrestling fake.
But I'll be honest with you, not even just to shit on Dwork as much as I love doing it. I don't know a damn thing about Boglins, and Play-Doh is just one of those things. It's a legend, dude. It's an animal in the game. It's still there. It'll always be there. And I know I'm jumping ahead, but I got Play-Doh in my Final 4, man. It's Play-Doh. It's gonna be around forever.
What?
So, yeah.
Dwork, I'm sorry, you're not eating Play-Doh.
Hey, somebody call the Haiti kid so we can replace this son of a bitch.
This is bullshit.
I've never seen Dwork so angry before. The tournament brought out the worst.
He wanted this one.
Dwork should go play inside an Easy Bake Oven.
Come on.
That can be arranged on a podcast, by the way. That would be a great podcast. Let's see how long Dwork can last in an Easy Bake Oven. All right, Dwork, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you turn the slide to the next one?
After we just trashed them.
Please do me a favor. I talked about big posts back in the day. Sexton posted Scratch and Sniff in 2014. It blew the hell up. It was a great post. So, who starts this one? I'm sorry.
I'm on the odds. I believe it's
Sean.
me.
You're up. What do you think? Scratch and Sniff or Hasselhoff?
Well, here's the thing, man. Scratch and Sniff's the favorite for a reason, but this is the one. This is the one where I go the underdog in this, and there's a big reason for this. And like I said, I'm picking with my heart. My favorite car on the planet is the Pontiac Trans Am.
I know this. Yeah, you're gonna buy one soon.
That '87 Trans Am, man. Like, look at it. I've seen that black Trans Am in Albany, man. I've seen one just like that, and I've just lost my mind. I'd be lying if I said I watched a whole lot of the show. I'm sure I caught it in like on the older channels, the TV lands and stuff like that with my dad.
But that car's hooking you.
That's a badass toy. Anything that comes with a car, with the action figure, it's a badass toy. I'm going with Kit.
You're going with Kit. And I know Jenny Kalina, who did Poochie. She did Room 2.
Yep.
She has the Hasselhoff without the Kit, so I know she probably wants that Kit card too. Brian, what do you think?
As much as I like Knight Rider and all that, I'd have to go with the Scratch Sniff stickers. They help. There's just so many great memories in the 80s about it. There's just like everybody was always striving to get the better grade on the school papers just so you could have one of them.
Test sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, you get one of them, and then
I
people
don't
actually.
them, but yet some teachers would.
And then people had the collector books. I remember it's like, you're going to school.
Books, yep.
Like you don't have enough books to carry. Now you have a friggin' sticker book you're taking.
Because you can peel them off if you're careful and trade them with your friends. No, it was iconic back in the day. I don't know, Sean. I don't know how big they were when you were growing up. Were Scratch and Sniffs big or no?
We had stuff like it, man. There were those I remember girls had the they were like pop-up stickers. They were like fuzzy stickers that like were scented.
Right.
I remember they'd put them on their binders and stuff like that. Nothing that looked like that. But yeah, there was always some sort of Scratch and Sniff stickers around in the 90s, and I don't know where the hell they went, but I remember them in the mid to early 90s.
Speaking of Jenny, her and Casey have to sign off. My apologies. We're going long. We're having a good time, so we're keeping it going. But thank you very much for coming. You could put you can put your Final Four picks in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah, they
much.
kicked ass, by the way.
They did great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys were all watching the other things.
Yep.
So always appreciate that. So I'm going Scratch and Sniffs. I have to. They're iconic. So number 6. Brian, you got those lovely little blue guys named the Smurfs, and you got Teddy Ruxpin that you could put a Black Sabbath tape in his back and just watch him go. So what do you think?
Yeah,
what do you think on that one?
First off, it's like that Teddy Ruxpin doll when I first came out. That was just so creepy. It was creepy, but it was a cool creepy. But like you said, I could actually picture him singing Guns N' Roses right now.
Don't say that. That's blasphemy.
But
Ozzy was one thing, but now. All right. But no, yeah, you're right. I can see him doing a little sweet.
But I have to go with the Smurfs on this one. I remembered at Audubon Shopping Center when Penny's had like the little gift shop that was selling them Smurfs.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. You said the gift shop in the back corner. Yeah.
I forget how young I was. It was just I went up there with one of the girls in our class to go out and get some of the Smurfs, and it was just like, oh. But. Yeah, the Smurfs, and it's like some of the Smurfs are still around today, and
they just had a movie a few years ago. Well, it didn't do great, but it's not as big as the '80s. But I want people to realize it's not just these little PVC figures; it's also the stuffed animal Smurfs. Anything Smurf,
oh yeah,
just like E.T. Anything Smurf related, I'm including. Teddy Ruxpin stands alone. Sean, what are you thinking on this one?
Oh well, Brian's right. They are still around today, and it's a goddamn shame. I can't stand the Smurfs. And he's right. Teddy Ruxpin's creepy. He reminds me of like a small version of that animatronic rat they had at Chuck E. Cheese. But I had one of those little bastards, and I'd put tapes in them. And what was it, like? I think it was in the early '90s. I had one of them, and he would sing along with the tape and all that goofy shit.
You had Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I like Teddy Ruxpin. He's all right with me. He's all right with me. Like I said, I'm going with my heart. I'm picking old Teddy.
You're picking Teddy to win.
I'm picking old Teddy.
Okay.
We disagree. I would like to see that Teddy Ruxpin with an Eddie Murphy Delirious tape in him. That would be entertaining.
That's not a bad idea. We never did stand-up comedy with Teddy Ruxpin.
They should do a movie with Chucky and him.
Oh,
he kicks Chucky's ass up and down.
Yeah.
Up and down.
Bad Teddy Ruxpin could get really big.
I mean, that would probably sell pretty good these days.
Yeah.
I think it would. He's a damn bear.
He'll talk your ear to death.
Speaking of stand-up, I just found Sexton. I found your stand-up on my YouTube a few weeks ago.
Let's
I think I'm
that.
gonna put that in Teddy Ruxpin. We're gonna see how that works out. Number 7. So this is Sean. What do we got? These are both iconic. Garbage Pail Kids versus the Dukes.
Yeah. I understand how big the Dukes were back in the day. I missed the boat on the show and all that came with it. but I do remember a bit of Garbage Pail Kids. And I know how popular it was, and I see people talking about it on Facebook and social media to this day. People will post pictures of their old cards and stuff like that. Pretty sure my brother had some of them as well in a binder. Yeah, I'm going with the Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail. Brian.
Yeah,
That's an easy one.
Yeah, I would love to go with the Dukes on that one because that brings back so many memories. With
You love
my
the
dad
Dukes.
loved that show
Yeah.
and all that,
I remember that.
but the Garbage Pail Kids for the win. It's just no other way to say it.
I just recently went through all my cards. As you know, as Sean knows, is it behind you still? Is the card collection? I don't see the card collection. Where the hell did you do my card? There it is. So, I went through my wrestling cards. I went through my Garbage Pail. It was so enjoyable to me. I love all those cards. I was never a Dukes fan. It's just going to be blasphemy. I kind of like the newest movie, the one a few years ago with Johnny Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville.
I wasn't a Dukes fan back in the day. I don't know why. It just
How'd they make it into the tournament?
Oh, because I don't base this off of me. I base it off of my posts. If I base it off of me, these Dukes would never see the light of day in this tournament.
Popular demand, man.
But people love the Dukes. I'm not a big Luke Duke fan. I'm not. Uncle Jesse was kind of cool. I'm pretty sure he was wasted on moonshine the entire episode, right? But so I'm going Garbage Pail Kids hands down, easily. And even if I like the Dukes, there's no way Garbage Pail Kids lose this. No way. So number 8, we are with Brian again. The delicious Snoopy Snow Cones.
Oh yeah, this is a tough one.
A-Team. This is a tough one.
As much as I like the A-Team and all this, the toys were good and we're all right, but I'm going with Snoopy Snow Cone Machine. I mean, come on, you get that snow cone machine, you throw a little fucking vodka in there, and then you're all set for a while.
Are you drinking too tonight, Brian?
I'm actually drinking water.
You're just dropping the F-bomb completely sober.
Oh, sorry.
I managed to control
This is live, pal.
Listen, I don't know if you can see this, but I've almost drank an entire bottle of champagne at this point.
There you go.
And I have eluded the F-bomb in the past hour. Somehow you are like the Dukes of Hazzard.
He's about to start talking about Trap Jaw.
Oh,
Nah, get it right. It was too bad.
Don't even
Too
get
bad,
started
huh?
with too bad. So Brian's picking the goddamn friggin' effing snow cone machine. What about you, Sean?
well, in the words of JR, this is live, pal. Watch the tone.
This is live.
This is live, pal. But WrestleMania 1 aside, I pity the fool who eats snow cones. I gotta go with the van, dude. Look at that thing.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's cool as shit. Anytime you put a car in with the action figures, it's badass. It'll always be cool. I know I didn't pick the Dukes, but we're talking about the Garbage Pail Kids here. I'm talking about,
We're talking about
nonstop
18.
action or snow cones. I'm going with the van, baby.
Here's the deal. Those 4 figures, I own them. Brian, you were with me when I bought them. We went to a toy convention a few years ago, and I bought them with all the accessories. I'm so excited. I'm excited just talking about it. I don't own the van, and I love the A-Team. I've seen every episode. I love the Hogan episodes, even though I hate him. But I'm going to say this: when I pick a bracket, I think of gender, and I think of things that were cross-gender, and that Snoopy Snow Cone is a huge post every time I do it.
True.
I love Murdoch, B.A. Baracus facing the boys Hannibal, but I gotta go Snoopy Snow Cone on this one. So to tie everything together in this bracket, Sean, who did you pick to win this bracket?
This bracket, I think I mentioned it before. I got Play-Doh in my top 4.
You're picking Play-Doh. What about you, Brian?
Dude, it's just like it's Play-Doh, man. Like it'll be around forever.
You know what? I never had it. I don't know if you were watching YouTube. But I told Nick and them I didn't have Play-Doh in it in 2014. Big mistake on my part. Definitely Play-Doh. Sean,
They had the Play-Doh. They had the Play-Doh where the guy, you like squish it down and it was like somebody's hair and you gave him a damn haircut.
The barbershop. That's the first thing I think of. You know what I had as a kid? I had the Monster Barbershop. So you
can give him like a mean fade, you know.
They all look like Addams Family. The ones in my barbershop, they were all monsters. It
All
was
psychos.
awesome. I can't disagree with Play-Doh. Plus, I ate. You know what? I ate a granola bar today, and I don't know who made. I don't want to shit on granola bars, but this one tasted just like Play-Doh. And if you're wondering how I know that,
Well, it's like a
because-
red velvet brownie or a cake.
It's because I ate Play-Doh. Like I
Yeah.
would eat that as a kid, and I thought it was delicious. It wasn't. It didn't feel. It wasn't very protein filled, but I ate the Play-Doh because I liked the taste. I didn't eat a lot of Play-Doh. Don't go telling everybody that I'm the kid that ate glue and Play-Doh all day long. But I would take a little bite. I'm not gonna lie.
Take a little bite. Yeah, take a little
bite.
taste.
And it
You
tastes
get that
just like
smell
the
in you, and you're
granola
like,
bar.
I wonder what it tastes like.
That's the only drawback with Play-Doh is when it dries out. It's like if you make like a cool
if you
monster
leave the lid
and then,
open just a little bit, you're screwed. It dries out, and that's COVID today because we in class. Not COVID doesn't dry out. Wouldn't that be nice? We could just drink chlorine. So but with the Play-Doh, we have disinfectant wipes in my room, and the kids always leave them open. So when I come in the next day and they're all dried out, I'm like, how am I going to kill COVID with these dry wipes? So Play-Doh was the same way. So Brian, what are you picking in your top 4? Just for this one.
I have it down to Hot Wheels and Garbage Pail Kids, and I have Hot Wheels for the win.
Yep.
You have Hot
Not a
Wheels.
bad
Okay, excellent. I'm going to tell you what I'm picking. We better go to the next slide just in case. All right, so Hot Wheels, Color Forms, Happy Meal, Play-Doh, Scratch and Sniff, Smurf, Garbage Pail, and Snoopy. So originally I picked Happy Meals because it won back in 2014, this bracket. Happy Wheels destroyed everything.
Dang.
But Smurfs used to be in the girls bracket, and I moved over this one. Smurfs is maybe the most cross-promotional, gender-neutral toy that was made out of all of these. I'm actually picking Smurfs, and I think I might be going out on a limb. It might be Hot Wheels again. I don't know. It might be those Garbage Pail. Happy Meals is huge, but I'm going to go Smurfs. But right now, we're going to try, I don't know who's left, but we're going to try and bring everybody back
Right.
and see how this goes. So I'm going to release all the breakout rooms, and we're all going to meet, and it's going to be
Use
exciting.
Stones.
Jeff, if you're watching, join up, quick. There he is. Here's Jeff. Jeff's coming.
Did he hang tough?
There's Alexa, who has been so patient this entire time. I told Alexa at most an hour. We're 2.5 hours in. But here's the kicker, viewers. You're helping me so much because the hours are killer. And if I got 25 people hanging out for 2.5 hours, Sean, you know, that adds up.
I should.
That adds up, right?
Yeah,
So
no.
Jeff, welcome back. Thank you very much. We lost our ladies. They had to leave, but they did a great job tonight. So, but what we're going to do to finish us off before we do the big giveaway with Alexa, she's been working hard over there. She looks like she's in my house right now, back home, not in California.
Yeah, that tripped me out. I thought that was hysterical.
I thought she was home for a second. I'm like,
I thought you were just in like separate rooms. I was like, what in the?
Surprise!
no, like she's so more technologically gifted than me. That's why she's doing the giveaway. So I'm going to go around the room. I want you to give me your final 4, and then I'm going to ask your winner. So Nick, let's start with you, just because you're in that top screen like the Brady one. What's your final 4?
Right.
First of all, he's been hiding this from me for a month. Every time I say, sometimes I forget. I'm like, dude, where did I put the Smurfs at? And he'll turn his monitor away to talk to me. He
Stop
will not
looking
tell
over
me-
my shoulder every 2 seconds.
I'm always looking over your shoulder. So, surprise me. Who did you get for your top 4?
I honestly thought my top 4. Well, I thought my big winner was going to be the surprise, but I don't know, maybe not. I might be wrong. But so top 4, top left-hand corner. I went with Star Wars, Ewok Village, all those toys, the Millennial Falcon. Like you can't beat those toys. I'm sorry. The environment they created to play in was insane.
It's hard to beat.
So that's what I picked. Bottom left, the girls bracket. I switched it like 3 times. I'm just gonna stick with my original. I know Easy Bake Oven. I like shitty brownies. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's nothing
extra
else.
chewy.
Exactly. Like I remember my sister making brownies at night. I'm like, all right, brownie, whatever.
Yeah.
With
One
Play-Doh.
of my
I like
friends'
tea.
brother-
I
one
like
of my
tea.
friends'
What can I
brothers
say?
in here likes brownies too.
Not those type of brownies.
No.
All right. Top right. Top right, I already said, was Nintendo. Too
Nintendo.
easy. Bottom right was Hot Wheels. Listen, that's all we played as a kid. We had the box that had all the Hot Wheels in. We'd all meet at the playground. We'd race our Hot Wheels down the thing one at a time. The ones that lost were out. The ones that won got to stay into the next round. We did it all the time. I loved my Hot Wheels as a kid. So I'm going Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels was big. All right, I like your final four. Sean, what's your final four?
All right, I'm going to start from our bracket because I just discussed it if anybody was watching. So I want to start from like the bottom up. But I told everybody before I'm picking Play-Doh in the bottom right bracket. Play-Doh is for everybody. And it stood the test of time. I got Play-Doh.
You got
Nothing
Play-Doh.
left to say. Ooh, I'm going to go bottom left. This one was tough for me. But you got to go with Barbie, right? I mean, it's Barbie.
Barbie's
Yeah.
iconic.
So you got, the legends don't die, dude. They're here forever, and she'll be around. Play-Doh will be around, and it's just how it goes. Long after us, it's the
so
way it
Randy
goes.
Savage, yes, legends
Like
don't
Randy
die.
Savage, and then the top right, man. This was tough as well because I spent a lot of fun summers running down slip and sides, drunk, a little baby oil on there for a little extra lube, as they say. But I gotta go with Nintendo, man. I gotta go with Nintendo.
So no extra lube when you played Nintendo.
No extra lube. Well, it depends on what I was playing. If we're talking Tomb Raider, that was PlayStation. That was a few years later. But yeah, so I'm going with Nintendo, baby. But I mean,
Lara
Super
Croft,
Mario,
okay, yes.
all that good stuff. We'll get off that subject now.
Went from
Inappropriate
Princess Peach
toys.
to Lara Croft.
What's wrong with that? All right,
And
so
then-
top left.
Yeah, top left. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, this one's tough because I know Star Wars is in here, and that's going to be the consensus. But like I mentioned earlier, I got to go with my heart. So who would I be picking? Well, let me tell you something, brother. Dude,
You're going
Star
LJ.
Wars. Star Wars might be the consensus, brother.
But LJN.
But if we're talking power and 24-inch pythons, I'm going with WWF LJN every single time, brother. Pro wrestling forever. What you gonna do? All right, I'm done with that.
I was ready for the big finish.
You had one more line left. You did the whole thing but the last line.
Yeah,
I like
Vince
the
Hogan.
cliffhanger. Awesome
Vince
job as
Hogan.
usual.
So I'm going with WWF, baby.
You're going with the LGN figures. I like it. Brian, top four.
The top four, the top bracket, I had to go with Star Wars because Star Wars growing up, that's where all this seems like that's where the toys started and where it just went off from there. Bottom bracket has to be Barbie because she got everything.
Barbie.
Top right bracket.
She's got everything, he says, yeah. Break out the lube. All right, go ahead.
As much as I like that slip and slide because I got a
this
lot
live
of
broadcast
cars,
is
man.
taking a weird turn. Go ahead.
Little
Go
bit
ahead.
of the
So
bubbly.
top right, Brian. Go ahead.
But you got to go Nintendo with that one.
Okay.
And the bottom bracket, Hot Wheels. Even though I'm not a car guy, but remember fighting with my brother with them tracks, and then they hurt when you hit each
I was
other.
going to think. I remember him whipping you in the back with them. Yes, absolutely. So those are your four. Paul, what do you think? Top four.
I'm going top left. I'm going Transformers. This one's a no-brainer for me. To me, that was like a puzzle and a toy together.
Right.
And then when they came out with the movie, I mean, come on, that was insane. Bottom right, I'm going with this is probably be an upset, but I think Nick picked this as well. Easy Bake.
Easy Bake.
I don't know. I just
Two Easy Bakes we got going.
Yeah, I'm Easy Bake. You can make food. I mean, it's very practical. Teaches kids how to bake, all that good stuff. You can get hurt with it. I mean, any toy that you get hurt with.
Nick and
great.
Paul are like, keep your women in the kitchen, everybody.
I mean, back in the day, remember?
Hey, GoBots had
It
a
was
movie
the
too.
80s. Yeah, just on a side note, somebody asked me, the people were like, you're sexist, you never post enough girl toys. I did a post of Barbie. Every pic was ironing, doing that. And this was 2004, 2021 me would never do this.
pregnant
2014
Barbie.
movie we thought was hilarious. So what's your top right going to be, Paul?
Top right, Nintendo. I mean, not enough said there, obviously. Bottom right, I'm going to go with Hot Wheels as well. I had my own little chop shop. I used to switch the especially the slot cards. When you said slot cards, that just solidified it.
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
lot of it, yeah.
that was awesome. I used to have a track that I'd launch those things 10 feet into the wall, and that they were the best. So that's those my picks: Transformers, Easy Bake, Nintendo, and Hot Wheels.
I agree. Nice, Jeff and Fred. I haven't talked to you in about 2 hours, but thank you for sticking around. I love that you guys came on, and I was like, guys, it's gonna be so easy. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Next thing you know, you're sitting in room 1 for an hour while I drink champagne and we all talk. I hope you enjoyed the show at least.
For a long time.
I hope you were watching at least and enjoyed the show, or were you just completely bored sitting in your rooms?
We were chatting.
Okay,
we were learning.
Well, keep this in mind. Usually around this time at night, the three of us do instant message and chat. So just translate that with a video, and that's what you're doing. So Jeff, what are you thinking for your top 4?
Well, for my bracket, I'm going Star Wars. That's what started it all. That was my ultimate toy. So I think a lot of people will agree with that.
A lot of Star Wars, yeah.
What was the next? The next one I have, that's the girls' toys. I have Cabbage Patch Kids, because I'm thinking 80s. What was bigger than Cabbage Patch Kids for that little window of time that they existed? It was like everything. Every kid in my class had a Cabbage Patch Kid. I even had this school photo of all of us, like in the group shot, holding Cabbage Patch Kids. So I went with that. For the next one, I'm actually going Atari, because Atari is so 80s. Even though Nintendo was such a big deal, Atari just encapsulates the 80s for me. Like, that's the video game I think of.
It was the beginning of it all. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went Hot Wheels for the last round, just because it was Hot Wheels everyone had Hot Wheels too. It's like, I think Hot Wheels, of all those things that were in that group, Hot Wheels are the one that stuck out the most for me.
Yeah.
So that's my group.
Sounds good. Good group of 4. Fred, what are you thinking?
Alrighty, my predictions I got for the first group was G.I. Joe, and that's one, like I said earlier, it could, depending on what day of the week, it could change for me.
Yeah, me too.
Because they're like the big 4 in there with He-Man, Transformers, and Star Wars.
We talked about the big 4, and I don't think anybody went against the big 4 at this point. It's either going to be He-Man, Star Wars, Transformers, or G.I. Joe. It's going to be one of the 4. So you picking G.I. Joe. Great choice. What are you thinking about the girls bracket?
Girls bracket, I've got Barbie.
Okay.
There's a lot of good ones down there, but Barbie has stood the test of time. I mean, she's been around forever.
Yeah.
And so you got to go with Barbie.
Sexton really likes her. Yes. Says she has everything. That's how you look. Barbie has everything. Top right?
Nintendo, the top right.
Yeah.
I bet she even has a U.S. flag, or USS flag aircraft carrier.
Who does? Barbie?
I bet you.
I think that's what Lex Luthor got slammed Yokozuna on, actually, wasn't it? So top right, Nintendo, and what about your bottom right pick?
And then I picked, this is just for me, but Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids. It's listen, they were huge.
But there's a lot of different ones in there also that I think could have gone really far. I mean, you're dealing with Hot Wheels and Play-Doh, Smurfs. All of them are great boys.
Yeah, the bottom right's tough. The Garbage Pail Kids, I remember them hitting, and Paul and Brian might remember this. We had to cross Nicholson Road, the most dangerous road in all the land to us in West County Heights, to get across there. That's where they sold Garbage Pail Kids for us. And my mom would be like, "Wait till 5, I'll drive you over there." But and I waited till 5 because I didn't want to get hit by a car or in trouble. But so there's your top 4. Real quick, let's go around. Let's see who the winner is. Nick, who are you picking to win?
I took Hot Wheels for the win. When I can put Micro Machines in there and I can put the track in there.
I mentioned that earlier, but Micro Machines count. Yes.
Yeah, that fast talking fool, man. All I want to do is buy all the Micro Machines I could. I love that guy. And Micro Machines with Hot Wheels and the tracks and everything else. It's just iconic of what I just remember as a kid and going outside, having fun, and playing with things. So I went with Hot Wheels over. Nintendo. It was tough.
We got a Hot Wheels going on. I like it. Sean, what are you thinking?
Man, I didn't know you were going to ask the hard-hitting questions, dude.
I usually don't. I usually just sit there and goof off and whatever. But yeah, I'm asking hard.
it's tough because if we're talking about what I think the popular vote was going to, it's probably between the ones I picked. It's probably Nintendo out of the ones I picked,
Nintendo?
but I want to say WWF, but you know.
So in your heart, when you're voting, you're going to go LJN WWF all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's
yeah,
nothing
that's
wrong with that. Yeah,
when I fill this thing out, that's where I'm going with it. But if
But with
the
the-
smart
with-
money on my 4 picks is Nintendo.
the
for
popular
sure.
vote, what people are going to do, you're saying Nintendo. Brian,
Yeah.
what are you thinking? Who wins everything?
I'd have to go with. I have Star Wars over Nintendo, just because
You're going Star Wars.
It's not bad.
for me, Star Wars started it all, and pretty much
If you look on
here
this
we are.
side of me over here,
40,
you can
50
see
years later, we're still talking about
you
Star
can
Wars.
see the cantina. You can see little John Wall Sandcrawler.
Yep.
The
ecosystem.
they were my first toys, and I love them to death. So I can't argue with that. Paul, what are you thinking?
Hey, hey.
I mean,
That-
I
with-
still play it.
with
I
my
play it
children.
with my niece and nephew. They're young. It relates to them. I mean, all day Nintendo. Come on.
Yeah. All day Nintendo. Alexa, really quick, I just saw you wrote Star Wars, Cabbage Patch, NES, and Hot Wheels. For being
Oh.
someone that was born in 1993,
So
you're wait, what year were you born, Sean?
89. So like I said, I shouldn't be here either. But you know, thanks for having me.
Alexa, that dude's a senior citizen to you.
Yeah, I'm old.
and I'm a billion years old. But
Knees popping
Alexa,
and everything.
your 4 picks are. Wait till you see mine. Wait till you see mine. You're gonna sit there and go, "Yep, I grew up in that house." So Alexa, what are you gonna pick for the win though? What do you think's gonna win everything?
I've got Nintendo.
Hey.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's my girl right there. See,
Mark.
that's I don't want to give away my pick, but yeah, you know what's up. All right, so Jeff, what are you going? Who's winning everything? Oh, it starts and to top it off,
Oh,
a
not a
carded
bad pick.
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead.
Jeff, is that an original carded Hammerhead?
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
Dude, you guys kill me. Absolutely kill me with your. I just love it. I can't wait to have you guys on for your collections at some point. So I like the Star Wars pick. It's nice. I'm looking at the moderators. Jack's saying slip and slide. Chris is saying maybe a glowworm. My moderators are my students. I think I probably had them
Hey, I showed Slip and Slide some love, man.
8 or
That's
9 years
hey.
ago.
Iconic.
Jake, what are you picking for the final? TMT top 4. I don't know what Jake's picking final, but I'll let you know in a second. So, excellent picks, moderators. So anyway, I love those
Lawn
guys,
darts
though.
for the win.
Those guys are
Lawn
so
darts for the
those
win.
guys are so awesome. Like when I did my Twitch, when there was like 2 people showing up, those were the 2 people. I had 2 moderators, and anytime someone showed up, they just kicked them out haphazardly. But great guys. So Fred, what are you thinking? Who's your number 1?
Nintendo.
Nintendo. Okay.
Nintendo.
So we have a lot of Nintendos. All right. So before we show my picks, I just want to let you know it's not fair because I ran this tournament years ago, but I moved so many people around. I had to change my picks up a little bit. But Paul, hit the slide. Let's see what that final one is. There's my final 4. I'm going He-Man. Now let me explain the top left. When we did this, it was He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and I'm forgetting. Who am I forgetting? He-Man, Transformers,
Star
G.I.
Wars.
Star Wars. I'm sorry. Oh my God! Stab me with a lightsaber right now. I'm so stupid. So, Star Wars close to my heart. I thought they were going to win number 1. That's who I picked in 2014. He-Man beat people. Those big ones, Transformers, G.I. Joe. But if say G.I. Joe beat Transformers or vice versa, and then went against He-Man, it could all change. It's going to be one of those big 4. I'm going to stick with what happened back in the day, though. He-Man gets a lot of love on my page. Girls page. Cabbage Patch Kids. I picked Barbie in 2014. Cabbage Patch Kids rolled over the competition. So I'm going to go with Cabbage Patch Kids again because I'm a math guy and I like data and statistics, and that's what I'm going with. I'm going to go with the data. Last but not least, I'm sorry. I got 2 left. top right, Nintendo. Oh my god, hands down, it rolled over everything. I think, Jeff, I might have picked Atari back in 2014 because I thought, like you said, it's iconic. That's the beginning of it all. That's the thing close to our heart. But Nintendo was a juggernaut back in the day, so I'm going to pick them again. Bottom right, Hot Wheels won. The Smurfs were in the girls category, and I don't know what I picked in the bottom right back then. It wasn't Hot Wheels, because I didn't play with them, and I thought, people liked them. Hot Wheels killed everything. But I'm going to go a little, since I put Smurfs in the bottom right, I like the gender neutral aspect of Smurfs, and I think it might take Hot Wheels out in that last two competition over there. So those are the four I'm going with, and as a winner, hands down, I'm going with Nintendo. I don't think, nothing even came close to it in 2014. I don't think two presidencies later, I don't think we're that much different of a country, contrary to popular belief. I think we're still going to end up with Nintendo as a winner. That's what I think. So that's it, guys, and you guys did great. You want to give away a prize? Can you believe I finished this whole bottle?
A little bit of the bubbly.
It's empty. So I saved the very end for the very end. So Alexa's going to share the page right now, and we're going to see who did Jake end up picking. Is Jake still there? Jake, where are you, Jake? Let's do a winner right now. So look at all these people we have here. How many people do we have, Lex? Do we know?
29.
29. Sweet. I think I told my friend or whatever, if I have less than 25 people, I'm going to burn Yoda. So we just made the cut. Plus, I'm going to replay this video, and you're going to be able to watch it later on the page. So I'm hoping to get some likes and hours from that. But as a live show with people commenting, I can't lie. I'm pretty thrilled. I'm pretty happy. I was afraid it was just going to be us. So I'm pretty happy with this. So thank you for everybody that's watching. Are we ready to figure out who won the prize? Oh, before you do that, I put the moderators in here too. Chris Curry says he's in there twice by accident, Lex. Oh yeah, there's an extra Chris. Can we get rid?
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm a little more upset now because there's not as many people. I was happy a second ago, Chris Curry. Thanks a lot for ruining my dreams. So anyway, there's everybody. There's my buddy Woody. We got my wife in there. We got Acres. We got Miss Mayhem. So this is what we're going to do. Since there's moderators and there's people that were on the show in here, if any of you guys win, I'm going to re-roll again and pick somebody.
Yeah, I was going to say, just take my name out.
Yeah, I'm going to, if you win the first time, you win. But I'm going to tell you guys this. If one of you guys win the first time, whether you're a moderator or a viewer, I'm going to exclude you from the second round. So just so we're clear, I want somebody to win that actually viewed too. So, but one of you guys win the first time, let's do this. All right, Lex, let's do it. You ready?
All right. Yep.
All right, I'm going to finish my last sip.
Here we go.
Drink a whole bottle of champagne.
Oh, it spins?
We got a wheel going.
Look at that.
Keep it in the wheel.
Some high quality here.
No whammies. Let's
This is
go.
so exciting.
Would you look at that?
Magnus, you won, buddy. And hold on, Lex, don't do anything. Magnus, you won, and you want the Skeletor. I'm going to ship you the Skeletor. I was going to have to validate who you were, where you lived. I know you personally, so this is going to be easy. But Lex, you know what I want to do? I want to remove Magnus. Can we do one more spin?
Yeah.
Because I'm a whole
pissed.
bottle in, and I'm going to let whoever wins.
All
I
right.
feel like I'm down at Wildwood waiting to get into the Photon Stadium.
Mon Jean Hill.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yep.
Oh, it's a slow spin right now. Yeah, spin that son of a gun. Let's get it going. This is exciting. This is the best part of the show. Jeff! You won!
Hey.
Congratulations. So, Jeff, what would you like? Would you like the Skeletor or the Yoda?
I guess the Yoda.
You want the Yoda?
Oh yeah, Star Wars guy.
Now keep in mind you can do either. I don't care. But yeah, the Yoda's great. Okay, fantastic. So I gave away.
Crazy.
Now, just to be clear, guys, I'm keeping the Skeletor and Yoda. They're mine. I'm not giving them away. What I'm going to do is, because I just figured this out, with Amazon, if I order it and then I got to ship it, it's going to be extra money for me. I'm just going to put your address into Amazon and order it again and ship it to you. It'll save me on shipping and everything. So when everybody sees the Yoda and the Skeletor in the background, don't think I screwed over Jeff and Magnus. All right? They're getting it. But I'm going to do it in a way that's cheaper for me, because in case you didn't know, when you have 700 subscribers, you don't make money. I need 1,000 subscribers. So if you didn't hit that like button or that subscribe button or that notification button, subscribe right now. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, it's been fun. I hope you had fun tonight doing this with me. I'm sorry it's been 2.5 hours, but I get rolling and I don't shut the hell up. That's how I go. But thank you so much, guys. And in the future, we're going to do some podcasts. We're going to do some trivia. And people that were watching, thank you. It's been fun. And if you didn't win, I'm sorry. You didn't win. That's life. That's life, sweetie. You're gonna have to get over it. All right, but look at Sean drinking the Bud Light. How many Bud Lights tonight, Sean?
I don't know. You had me waiting here for about a half an hour. I've lost count.
Good answer.
Got a whole tower.
Good answer. So you know what,
It's worth the talk to me.
guys, this has been 2 hours and 44 minutes. I know it's been a lengthy night, but do you know what this is going to do for my YouTube page with 25 people watching? I can't complain. So thank you for your time. Thank God we got virtual learning tomorrow, Mr. Falabella. Hill's Happy Hour. Make sure you check out Hill's Happy Hour. Yoda Puppets. Don't ever go to that Dudley's Bicycle Shop page. Jesus God. Paul, thank you for your help.
They'll put you on a list.
You are always the man behind the scenes. Thank you. Alexa, you made it work. Not only did you make it work, you brought the wheel. I was so goddamn excited when you put that up there. And you had a great Final Four pick. You know what you're doing. Jeff and Fred, you were a little apprehensive about coming on. You're like, I don't know about this, but you said, you know, I'll do it, and you guys were fantastic. So thank you both of you so much, and thank you for having such awesome collections, and thank you for supporting the page, and just all of you, thank you for just being my friend and supporting and helping me with all this. I can't thank you enough. Everybody else who's watching, and if you're watching tomorrow on the replay, you can't win. but thank you for watching anyway. It's been a great night. Thank you guys.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Hey, if you want to win a Yoda or you can comment in the comment section, but you ain't getting shit. All right, so that's the end of the story. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Anybody watching, it's been fun. Have a great night, everybody. Be sure to subscribe. Take care. I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, boss.
See you, everybody.